doors to go in, or the holding room doors to go into the courtroom, the photographs of him coming through that doorway, he did not look happy, of course. Is this a scenario, considering the context of this particular case, is this something that, the wife should, and I'm not, this is just posing this question, okay? I'm just asking.
Right. For a friend?
No, yeah. Should your wife look beyond what happened and the case that's happening there and understand the bigger picture of how this looks for somebody who is currently running for the presidency again, and make that trip and kind of push that down, again, considering what this is about? Or do you think that maybe...
Well, from what I had heard and read was that her best friend, of course, that they've since had a falling out. Her friend wrote a bestseller, Melania and Me.
Right, yeah.
Apparently, she had said that Melania was aware of the affair with Stormy Daniels. So...
Nice.
You don't, in other words, you don't think she thought it was that big of a deal, and to her it wouldn't be that embarrassing? People are opining that the fact that she didn't come is because of the nature of this, being a payoff hush money to a porn star, and she was married to him at the time this was going on, and potentially very embarrassing to her as a wife.
Well, yeah, I mean, she had just given birth to their son a few months earlier to it. So I think, I wouldn't want to have the questions that would be shouted at me, and
I wouldn't either,
the
but
photographs and people like paying attention to my, physical, what's her body language saying?
Outside of this, has she been seen with him recently?
Oh, I haven't seen that. No. I've heard she pretty much takes care of the kid and spends all of her time with Barron. Is that his name? Barron?
Yep. Yeah.
Spends all of her time with Barron, and that's pretty much her focus. Doesn't really interact or
and that
care
kid's
about.
probably 30 years old by now.
Yeah,
right?
no, he's not. I know he's 6'10", and he's like 10. I think he's like I think he's like maybe 16 or 17, right?
Like, they're not married, right?
It is odd, isn't it? I mean, it is odd just, even away from Trump and Melania, just having a marriage when you're that high profile.
Yeah.
It just almost seems you're not even real, right? It almost seems like you're fake, and like marriage doesn't even really apply to you.
Like, call me crazy. I don't think Melania has seen, good old Donnie T just scratching ass in the morning making a cup of coffee.
Oh. And as of 2 weeks ago, Barron turned 17.
17 years old. There you
Wow.
go. 17 years old. So
and
he'll be
that's,
going to the finest public schools soon.
And that would be that. I think for her, I think that is her biggest concern.
Yeah, I think
is
so.
For her son,
I think so too. Unfortunately, he's being dragged through this, and of course
he's 17.
He's 6'8" and 17, so already a target for mocking. And then, of course, his dad being such a polarizing personal figure and political figure as well.
There you go with the exaggerations again. He's 6'7".
Yeah, sorry. What did I say? 6'8"?
Dear God.
Did I say 6'8"?
6'7"
Yeah,
is
good.
huge.
He's 6'7". He's as tall as
6'7".
Angel. He's 17 and as tall as Angel from the Monsters. Angel 6'7".
and he's not done growing.
And by the way, he's been that tall for a minute. I think he's been that tall since he was 15.
I did not know
he's
that.
He's a monster. You look at a picture of him beside his wife, and Melania is not short.
No, she's not.
Yeah, because I think Trump is like 6'1", and she's like right there. Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, if I was Donald Trump and I was going through this, I would plead with my wife. And I'm not saying he hasn't. We don't know. You know, obviously we don't know. I would literally beg. I would beg and plead. Please be my side. You know, I realize how this looks. I realize this. I would put everything on the line. I'll burn the prenup. You know, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Please be by my side while I'm doing this. Please be there. You know, walk down that plane with hand in hand with me and show me that you've got my back during this. I mean, it would be, to me, it would be the most vital photo op of all, is to show that solidarity in that couple as they move forward through this.
Prior to you mentioning the name Melania Trump in the past 10 minutes, it didn't even occur to me that she was not there. I just assumed he would be alone. I never even expected to see her there.
Like, could you imagine? Like, I mean, again, when you look at the nature of what's happening here, you know, this hush money to cover up an affair with a porn star. I mean, it's not, obviously, it's not flattering.
No.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. I mean, you can't even brag about this one to the boys.
No.
You know, you can't go, hey, check it out. Look what I did. You know, you can't, because it's horribly embarrassing. And it's caused this.
Especially the way she described, you know.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, it was like a toad.
Stop.
From Nintendo?
Yeah.
Toad from Nintendo.
Toad from Nintendo.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
what she said.
A toad or a mushroom?
No.
well, Toad has a mushroom.
Oh, I see.
Hat. head.
All right, there you go.
Okay,
on,
now,
Jim.
now I see it.
My apologies.
Oh, man.
Exactly.
You just ruined Mario Kart for
You know,
me.
my guidance
Mario.
counselor told me
Ugh.
for years, you have a difficult time making parallels. And I guess I have to believe her now because I can't seem to draw the line. But yeah, it is, and you could see her, obviously being very, very giving a lot of pushback regarding making this trip. But man, I would be throwing it all out there. That would be very important to me.
I kind of like the paradox that is the term hush money.
Yeah.
Money that we shouldn't talk about. But it's got a name.
Being at the forefront, and it has a name.
Yeah, there's something there that just makes my brain go checkmate.
And, now they're looking into payments that were reportedly made to the Playboy model that he'd also had an affair with. So.
And then, not to mention, man, this is the stars lining up because, things do not look good regarding the documents, the Mar-a-Lago stuff. Things do not look good regarding the phone calls in Georgia, and things really don't look good for the 26th as well, and of course, or the January 6th. And the reason why on that second one, or that last one, is because now they have cleared Mike Pence and a number of those other, Stephen Miller and a couple of those other people that were really in there close. They're going to force them to talk now. So now, those people who are holding out that you thought were the closest orbit are going to have to talk. I mean, either they're going to plead the fifth, or they're going to say some stuff that
they'll just turn it into another song that he can sing with his prison choir.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to be very interesting. This is the beginning of a very interesting run of time for him because of the way these things overlap.
Yeah.
Because I believe the and going on with Fox too, that Dominion case starts later this month as well. So I mean, they're going to be in court for 4 weeks arguing that case.
Mucho caliente.
Yeah, some very interesting happenings here, man. Legally, I bet this is lawyer porn times 50. It's everywhere.
Yeah, this is the compilation, whatever, dude.
Oh, man.
Oh, you got to hit him with
Hey,
that.
do it right and earn the buzzer.
Compilation.
Thank you.
Oh.
All right, 407-916-1041. Deb, news?
Yes. Well, like you said, we're going to be talking about how Trump is formally arraigned. Disney CEO calls DeSantis anti-Florida.
Oh.
Anti-business as well.
And anti-business. And why you might want to skip the Peeps this Easter.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Anyone Peep fans in here?
No.
Yeah. Another reason to avoid them.
Okay,
We'll tell you that and more coming up next during Woke News.
All right, 407-916-1041, 3 o'clock keyword is bank, B-A-N-K. Well, I almost said it. Hold on, hit me.
Oh, no.
God damn it.
What was that?
Do not type the extra A's. It will not mean more money.
Oh, my God.
The 3 o'clock keyword is bank. No, it's bank. B-A-N-K. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Back with news in a second.
Bank.
You're asking an awful lot of that magic eraser. For some extra elbow grease, tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities on scene of an accident that has shut down northbound Goldenrod Road, just north of Bates Road and before University Boulevard at Georgia Peach Drive. Consider 436 or 417 for an alternate. Eastbound travel on I-4 at a standstill from a crash taking up 2 left lanes between Lake Mary Boulevard and State Road 46. Problems eastbound on the Beach Line at 417 as well. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. For your guaranteed biggest refund and 50% off tax prep, switch to Jackson Hewitt. 50% off is a limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex is a top 10 TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice winner year after year, and happens to be the only place you can experience the excitement of thundering rocket launches right up close and see the spacecraft that are blazing the trail for tomorrow's discoveries. We love the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. You will as well. You'll experience things you will not experience elsewhere and see things that you really only can see there. Not to mention some of the coolest people as well. Be sure to take advantage of this new 2-day ticket offer costing less than $45 per day and offering maximum flexibility for the entire family. It is the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Learn more and get your tickets today at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Magic fans, you supported the team all season long, and now it's time to return the favor. Join the Orlando Magic on Thursday, April 6th, as they celebrate you, the best fans in the NBA, on Fan Appreciation Night. Enjoy special giveaways, deals on Magic gear, and so much more. Plus, see the Magic represent Orlando in the City Edition uniforms as they take on the Cleveland Cavaliers at Amway Center. Secure your seats today at OrlandoMagic.com.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Bali, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be.
Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
When couples come into International Diamond Center looking for engagement rings, they have lots of pictures from websites, from Pinterest, from designers they love, and 99% of the time, we have what they want.
The brands that we carry are the brands the consumer asks for, the girls ask for, your future bride asks for.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire explains how IDC is always on the cutting edge because we partner with the world's leading designers, names like Tacori, Verragio, Henry Dawsey, and dozens more.
Fashions come and go, but why do some brands stay forever? It's because they stay relevant.
IDC was chosen by these acclaimed designers, in most cases, as the exclusive retail partner in the region.
We try to provide the best of the best at the most current merchandise in the market today.
International Diamond Center, giving you access to the most sought-after brands in the world with a 5-star shopping experience with no compromises.
We want people to feel comfortable, relax, educate them, give them high quality for the right price.
Store hours and more at shopidc.com.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DINOVITE.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent.
Dynamite is nutrition.
Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. If you are in an accident, take pictures of everything. The damage, the roadways, and the other drivers, and call the police. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio.
All right, guys, your 3 o'clock keyword is bank, B-A-N-K. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at winning $1,000. The contest is back. Cash will be absolutely distributed. You got to go get it, though. Your 3 o'clock keyword is bank. Good luck. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole woke on the Jim Colbert Show.
Woke News brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. What did you guys feed him when I was away?
I'm just happy you're back, man. Sitting here by myself like a FUD.
We're all happy you're back.
Thank you. Yeah,
super happy you're back.
It's lonely in this room.
When
the other it does.
Who would leave you here like that?
All right. Former President Trump is pleading not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records and conspiracy. It's unclear how many of the counts are felonies or misdemeanors. He was arrested and arraigned on the charges related to alleged hush money payments that reportedly involve a porn actress as well as a Playboy playmate. Earlier, he was fingerprinted but didn't have to take a mug shot. He said he will give a speech after he arrives at his Mar-a-Lago estate in South Florida this evening, but there is speculation he may speak before that. Trump is the only former president ever to be arraigned on criminal charges.
And he didn't get the stereotypical, ink.
Right.
Fingerprints. I think they do it with a scanner now, like an electronic thing,
like a Jason Bourne.
Yeah. I think that's what they do
vault.
now. So you don't have to hand him the napkin. Like there's no that you're not gonna be able to eBay the napkin from the ink because how much would that be worth?
I know.
Like if you had the napkin that former President Trump, wiped his hands off with after being fingerprinted, what does that look like in 30 years?
Now.
Holy moly.
All right. Well, in the meantime, a big question surrounding the Trump case involves the question of a gag order. If the judge puts a gag order in place, it would prohibit Trump from discussing the case or face financial penalties and perhaps jail time. Now, Republican Congressman Jim Jordan of Ohio argued a gag order would be, quote, unconstitutional, end quote.
Yeah.
On another issue, the judge is only allowing still cameras in the courthouse today.
Yeah.
All right, Trump supporters are lining Southern Boulevard in West Palm Beach before the former president arrives home tonight and delivers remarks at Mar-a-Lago, hours after being indicted in New York. John Fisher with Florida Firefighters and Police for Trump calls this a political witch hunt that will only work in Trump's favor. This gentleman says that his poll numbers are going to surge after this. There has been a steady stream of Trump supporters near his home since news of the indictment came out. All right, a controversial gun bill is about to become law. Governor Ron DeSantis signed House Bill 543 yesterday. It allows any legal gun owner to carry a concealed gun without a special permit, background check, or training. McElhaney, Republican State Senator Chuck Brannon is the bill's sponsor. He says the bill is a big step for the average law-abiding citizen from having to go through the hoops of getting a permit from the government to carry a weapon. A member of Moms Demand Action, though, tells First Coast News it's heartless to pass this bill on the heels of the mass tragedy in Tennessee. The law will go into effect July 1st. Gun owners are still banned from bringing your weapons into banks, government buildings, police stations, and schools.
At least we got that. I like how that made it into the news. Oh, by the way, still, just because this got passed, you can't bring guns into a school.
Yeah.
Just a reminder.
I'm guessing you're not going to get into it. You're not going to get one into a theme park, an airport.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of places you're probably not going to get one in. So,
all right. Well, despite differences with the governor, Disney still loves Florida. Aww. That's what CEO Bob Iger said yesterday at the annual shareholders meeting. He said Disney respected and appreciated what the state has done for it, but he also said any action taken to slow the company's growth simply out of retaliation sounds anti-business and anti-Florida. Iger also says dissolving Disney's governing board was punishing the company for exercising a constitutional right And it seems really wrong to do that, especially against a company that means so much to the state. Then Iger projected Disney World will welcome 50 million visitors this year. Long term, the company plans to spend $17 billion and create 13,000 jobs over the next decade.
Not to mention, like 2 weeks after that happened, they signed a deal to the biggest conference for the LGBTQ community in the world, I believe, as well.
Well,
50,000 people, I believe, or so come to that thing.
It's not done yet. Disney and the governor are doing battle again. DeSantis announced yesterday that he asked Chief Inspector General Melinda Miguel to investigate Disney's deal with the Reedy Creek Improvement District. Before the district was dissolved, it signed a 30-year development deal with Disney that may have undermined Disney's new oversight board. DeSantis says the dead animal to undercut Florida's legislative process and defy the will of Floridians. He adds any violation should be referred to the proper authorities. All right. A series of deadly shootings involving teenagers in Marion County are believed to be connected. Have you guys...
I just briefly glanced over this today.
Yeah, it's disturbing to say the least. Now, it started last Thursday when 16-year-old Layla Silvernail was found shot on the side of the road near Forest Lakes Park. She later died from her injuries at a nearby hospital. Then the following day, a 17-year-old boy was found dead on the side of another road just around the corner from the first crime scene. And then investigators say another 16-year-old girl died after she was discovered shot inside of a car, partially submerged in a lake at the Ocala National Forest this past Saturday, and authorities believe the victims were all targeted.
Wow.
So, terrifying. I mean, 16, 17 years old?
That's an interesting little town up there, Ocala.
Yeah. Yeah.
They like horses.
Well,
it's huge horse country.
Yeah, it is. But there's also a really kind of unique kind of psycho hippie vibe up there in the forest with the rainbow people and stuff. And I call psycho hippie because they're like kind of weird. It really does remind you of one of those the hills have eyes kind of scenarios.
You got a pretty mouth.
Yeah, man. They look like literally like gypsy nomads. I don't know. Is that a bad word anymore? Gypsy?
I think there's some people who say that's not no longer politically correct.
Yeah, it's just like gypsy nomads.
Well, hanging out in Marion County police are looking for a teenager they believe is in danger. 14-year-old Kaylin Barnhart was last seen yesterday morning getting on a school bus in Ocala. Now, deputies say her family is concerned about her well-being because she doesn't have her medication on hand. Barnhart is described as a white girl with blonde hair and green eyes with 2 nose piercings. She was last seen wearing a black and red Jordan hoodie, gray sweatpants with a blue JanSport backpack.
Okay. Trump leaving the court now, by the way.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Headed back to the airplane to head back to Florida.
So I guess tonight's comments may be his first. He was expected to speak in New York.
Unless he makes a video from the airplane and post it on Twitter or post it on Truth while he's in the air.
That could happen.
Yep.
All right, a Brevard County man will need to turn himself into the authorities this month after his murder conviction was recently reinstated. 65-year-old Crossley Green was released from prison and placed on house arrest roughly 2 years ago after his 1989 case was overturned. Green served 19 years on death row before his sentence was changed to life in prison for the killing of Charles Flynn. Well, an appeals court reinstated his conviction last year. So now Green's attorneys have run out of appeals, which means he has until April 17th to surrender to law enforcement and be sent back to prison.
Wow, man.
So he goes back to prison, but it's life in prison,
But it's life.
not the death row.
Yeah,
right.
he's not going back to death row.
Yeah, but man, getting 2 years out.
Can you imagine?
And then having that false hope that you're out now. I mean, maybe not false hope because he was on house arrest, but I mean, you hold that hope that, and then boom, right back to the slammer.
Right back to the slammer.
Unbelievable.
And that's a weird thing about perspective, because if you are there and you have life imprisonment or even death row, then change to life imprisonment, but you're going to get 2 years under house arrest. Would you?
Oh,
what would you do to take that deal?
Well, if I thought, if I was guilty, I'd take it in 5 seconds. If I was not guilty.
Well, a Florida death row inmate now has an execution date. Governor DeSantis signed the death warrant Monday for Daryl Brian Barwick. He was found guilty of the 1986 murder of Rebecca Went in Bay County. She'd been stabbed nearly 40 times when her body was discovered in her apartment in Panama City.
A lot of stabs.
The warden at the Florida State Prison in Rayford has set Barwick's execution for 6 p.m. on May 3rd. All right, Florida power and light bills, they're going down.
Oh, they
Wow.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The
This is
Florida
a tease. I don't believe you.
The Florida Public Service Commission has approved a nearly $500 million reduction in fuel costs that will be applied to bills starting next month. Residents will pay about $4 less per 1,000 kilowatt hours. FPL has about 5.5 million customer accounts in Florida.
Yeah, sure thing.
It's going down.
And it's going down by $4.
What's the average kilowatt usage per home, like per month, I wonder, in this state?
No one knows.
I know seasonally it does matter, but heavily here, sir.
Especially because with the summer.
Oh, brutal.
Forget about it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, this is a pretty cool story. A group of archaeologists, preservationists, and Native Americans are expected to ask for historic preservation designation for an area near the Miami Circle this afternoon. Archaeologists have discovered artifacts and fossils of extinct animals dating back thousands of years at 444 Brickell construction site. Yeah, Brickell. You're going to have no problem shutting down construction there.
Yeah, I don't know, is that a very affluent area there?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
good.
like right there on South Beach, near South Beach.
Well, you better get your animals out of there, buddy, because that condo's going up.
Where a developer, exactly.
I got horrible news for you.
Where the developer-related group plans to build 3 new high-rise
You bet
towers.
your ass they do.
So Miami's Historic and Environmental Preservation Board will consider granting a historical designation for the site later today.
They should put just make a museum in the hotel or whatever. Make it where people can come see where they got them. That'd be kind of cool.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, because I mean they're gonna build it. I mean they're not gonna go, hey, well there's a tooth here. So so this $40 million piece of property, I guess, is just gonna sit here around this tooth. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Just like when we learned from Brendan O'Connor.
Yeah.
That part of the reason why the Florida scrub jay probably hasn't been designated the state bird yet is because it would get in the way of developers.
Wow, that's so crazy.
So, all right, a review committee for Florida's Pinellas County Schools says a Disney movie about an African-American civil rights icon can continue to be shown. The committee voted Monday to allow North Shore Elementary School in St. Petersburg to keep showing the 1998 movie Ruby Bridges. Bridges was 6 years old when she integrated a Louisiana elementary school back in 1960. The review committee was formed after a parent of a second grader complained last month that the film teaches that white people hate black people and it contains racial slurs. The vote by the 7-member committee was unanimous, with one member calling the film an inspiring story of black people and white people overcoming challenges.
This is how this story should have ended. However, it shouldn't be over. The parents who complained, weekend on Knucklehead Island. Just to, not even a full week.
An entire weekend?
An entire weekend on. Don't waste our time with this nonsense. Shut up. Sit down.
I don't know about Knucklehead Island. I think that's a little harsh. However, I do think you take like the rest of the year off on complaining. You get one complaint.
Your Karen card has been pulled.
How about a month on Irony Island, considering the context of all this when you put it together?
I know.
My God Almighty! I mean,
know.
You're saying that white people maybe didn't hate black people, but she's being walked into a white school by federal officers. So maybe the segregation thing was a tell. Who knows?
Well,
certainly worth learning about. That's for sure.
Exactly.
That way we won't make that mistake again.
Exactly. All right. Well, today marks 50 years since the first mobile phone call was made on April 3rd, 1973. And a new survey reveals just how vital mobile phones are to people. What percentage of people do you think couldn't imagine going more than a weekend without their phone?
100%. Is there a number? Is there a percentage greater than 100% that actually implies that people who haven't made the decision yet, who haven't been born, would then also say that they would also miss their phone, because that number's in play as well?
I was going to come in with a 90.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll go 94.
It's actually 72%.
And 28% liars.
While nearly nearly more than 23% believe they could last an hour at most.
Mhm.
That'd be about it.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that yesterday. It was actually our trivia question about that. You know what the first phone call was? He stepped outside to the sidewalk. He was the CEO of Motorola, by the way. He stepped outside of the sidewalk so he could call his competitor to let him know he lost. And the competitor was AT&T. It was Bell Labs. They were they were both in a race to design that product. And one went out there and go, oh, by the way, I won because I'm calling you from it.
Oh, wow.
And the guy, by
that's
the way,
awesome.
apparently that guy that he called to this day doesn't acknowledge receiving that phone call or acknowledge that he made the call at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, reception was so bad I couldn't even understand him.
Sour grapes.
I don't know what he said.
Well, 41% are more willing to give up the gym, TV for 25% of millennials, or even sex for 22% of Gen Z responders than their mobile phones.
How about this one? More people in the world have a cell phone than a toothbrush or a toilet.
Right? That one kind of hurts.
That hurts a lot. That's wrong.
And let's face it, although you could do one of those actions with your phone.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. This is good news for Potter fans, Harry Potter fans. A Harry Potter TV series for HBO Max is inching closer to reality with Warner Brothers in talks with creator J.K. Rowling to produce the project. Deadline reports that the general idea for the series would have each season focus on one book for a total of 7 seasons. HBO Max began exploring the idea of a Harry Potter series a couple of years ago, and Warner Brothers has had so much success with other projects related to the beloved book series. There's no word yet, though, on when the TV show could be released.
Get ready for the backlash.
Because of Rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I was going to say, I thought she got canceled.
Yeah, that's why. So
here's the thing: you guys are going to realize they get canceled until they can make money. Then there's no canceling.
Well, there was some. I don't. It wasn't a documentary. There was some special recently, and she wasn't even in it. And the only clip they had of her was from like 8 years earlier.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you got to do like Chappelle and just acknowledge that it doesn't even exist and just keep moving forward.
I think you don't get canceled when the product is that beloved.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is there's bigger than that.
Yeah.
I mean, David Chappelle didn't get canceled. He still holds the same exact viewpoints he did beforehand. He didn't get canceled at all. Still just as popular.
Well, something that may be getting canceled, health warnings are being issued related to an Easter fan favorite.
Oh, no.
Certain colors of Peeps marshmallows are being linked to cancer.
Wow.
The artificial coloring called red dye number 3 is a known carcinogen.
That sounds organic, though.
Weren't we fighting that stuff
Yes.
since the 70s?
That's one that we continue to deal with. Yeah.
Well, Consumer Reports flagged 9 different Peeps and other candies manufactured by Just Born Quality Confections, including pink and lavender Peeps, along with hot tamales candy and wildberry marshmallow bunnies.
Okay.
So might want to just skip to.
Oh man,
just stick to chocolate.
Whatever you do, don't keep my Peeps from me. God, they're horrible. Who could eat one of those things with a straight face?
I people with no teeth.
No.
I feel like that's the only food you could gum a Peep to death.
Can I tell you, I'd rather gum a branch than a Peep. They are so disgusting.
They're super bad.
They're
they
right
are
up there
really
with
bad.
Necco wafers.
They are. They
Ooh,
are the marshmallow version of Necco wafers.
Nah, dude, give me them waifs over any of those damn fluffy fake birds. They don't even look like good birds.
They don't.
Like, look at their
You're
eyes.
Right. You're right, 100.
They look like a third grader made them.
And now you all are officially woke. And
God,
woke
I'm
news.
pissed.
I don't feel smarter.
Brought to you by
I'm mad.
Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Hey, check out the new feature on his website that lets him show you the broker difference. All you have to do is go to thatmortgageguyDon.com and click the compare quote button and upload your quote. Don's going to interpret for you, tell you how much you're actually paying the bank or retail lender for your loan, and let you know if you can get a better deal. But if you already have a great deal, he'll let you know that too. It's really peace of mind at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. You still have a few minutes to get to that keyword. It's bank, B-A-N-K. Go to realradio.fm and send it away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Come on. Heart our stuff. At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. You can expect afternoon highs today to soar to the low 90s. It's going to be a warm one with a lot of sunshine, so make sure you're staying hydrated. Wake-up temperatures tomorrow will be in the 60s. Now, later this afternoon, we could be seeing an isolated shower, maybe a rumble of thunder or two. Coverage is going to stay very, very low, and we're dry and warm to end your work week. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt for your guaranteed biggest refund and 50% off tax prep. Switch to Jackson Hewitt. 50% off is a limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
All month long, Dunkin' Rewards members get a $3 medium cold brew, like the new Caramel Chocolate Cold Brew. Not a member? Join on the Dunkin' app. Dunkin' Rewards. Save them, stack them, use them how you want. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per day. Additional charges and terms may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
GiveMeTheVin.com is paying top dollar for your car, truck, sports car, exotic. I told my buyers, let's get them bought. Right now is the time to go.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Man, this is a nice truck.
Yeah, check this out.
What?
I changed it to remind me of my time at sea.
Weren't you in the Air Force?
Yeah, but I really love the ocean. You could save and get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender, leaving you with extra to spend on other things. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loans must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at NavyFederal.org.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in because they are making a profit from you. That's the law. Yet many times a normal day ends with injuries because that business breached that duty because they knew or should have known of the dangerous condition that caused your injury. It happens every day in many ways. Slip and falls where cleaning and maintenance were ignored. Falling boxes and items stacked too high. And so many other unexpected occurrences and dangers only known to that business owner. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, let our team investigate and report back to you. The duty to protect customers from harm is the law, and our duty is to protect you after that harm. Visit forthepeople.com for more information, or on your cell phone, dial #law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. forthepeople.com.
If you've ever considered a career in the skilled trades but don't know where to start, come visit the job fair at Kalos Services in Claremont on Saturday, April 8th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're hiring for several positions in the construction services industry. We provide on-the-job training, so no prior experience is required. For more information, please visit kalosflorida.com/jobs or text or call 352-243-7099. That's 352-243-7099.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app.
This is Lars.
James from Metallica here.
And this is iHeartRadio.
What's up? This is Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park.
We're the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah.
Playing now on your completely free iHeartRadio app, where the biggest stars in the world connect with you.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number?
Not me.
Nope.
Nuh-uh.
Oh no. He's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
When money is tight, a little breathing room goes a long way.
It sure does. An Amscott installment cash advance from $100 to $1,000 could mean more money and more time to pay it back, all with no credit check. Amscott, some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Steve Kramer here with the divorce tip. Inheritance isn't a marital asset unless you handle the money wrong or your divorce wrong. Then you can lose it to your ex. Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law. We do divorce. OneFirmForLife.com.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Hi.
And Ross.
It's all true.
We are doing the keyword game again. We'll have 4 for you today. The guys from Tom and Dan will have a couple as well. Is it 7 till 9, 6 till 9? How many of those do we do a day, Jack?
It's 13 a day, and it's 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
There you go.
At the top of every hour.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Is this going to be on your playlist for your car?
I was listening to this song on my drive into work today.
You should have seen.
Sweet ass ride.
It is a really, really nice ride. It's so funny. Yesterday after the show, if you just joining us, Jack had a bit of a run-in with his car here. Going back to last year, got into a fender bender that turned into a complete insurance nightmare. So much so, we had to employ one of our own personal friends and attorney who has a segment here on the show called Glenn Klausman. And Glenn writes a couple letters to these people, and they come around, give Jack way more money than he was than really was going to get up front for his time and efforts and stuff, and went out to buy a new car, bought a new Toyota Crown, a car I'd never even heard of.
I haven't either.
Until we started actually talking about this case, and it's this. Is that red?
Yeah, it's red.
What is it called though? It's not like fire engine, like red. When you think red, like if you're going, show me red.
Yeah, I see sexy vampire, thick mama.
It's not red like your shirt, Jack.
It's more burgundy almost.
Yeah. It's like an ox blood almost. Well, no, there's more brown in it though. But I mean,
supersonic red.
Supersonic red. That does not help us at all in the description.
Nope.
Not even the least bit.
That's a description of sound.
Yeah, but I just got. You first.
No, more of a candy red. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Candy red?
Yeah, more of a candy-ish red. More of a rather than just your regular old flat red.
Nice 19-inch wheels on there.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah. You are big pimping, dude.
You get the only new car. Well, no, I've got a new truck, but I mean, it's trashed.
Speaking of which, what kind of horsepower you got under that engine there, Chief?
Oh, really? Look at this guy.
Are we going to have a race in the parking lot?
I took my tailgate
Maitland
off.
PD, do not come around.
Not only did I lower my weight, but I'm more aerodynamic. That's a two buzzer there.
Yeah, that is.
You are a sneaky, speedy driver. I'm driving the red car. I'm not speeding.
Okay, so I got about 294 horsepower because I got a turbocharged 4-cylinder, and it's a little bastard under there.
Yeah.
It'll go.
Yeah, we both got on Maitland Boulevard, which is our main thoroughfare leaving work, and Jim was
Did
just
you
like,
smoke him?
boom! No, he took off. I start to, suddenly I look it down, I'm doing 66 into 45. I go, I think I'm going to back off now. And he just kept going.
I got going so fast, I'm like, I get off this road because the one I got to get on I-4, I'm going way too fast. I didn't even know that was you because I'm not used to seeing you in a red car.
Yeah.
Or a crimson, as somebody said.
Or how about just a car?
Yeah.
So you guys trying to race?
No, well, we did. I think I got him a little bit. That thing's not built.
No, you you definitely have more. I think I'm like 238 on horse, but it's a hybrid. It's not meant for that.
It's not meant for that. My car is meant for drag racing, and when I mean that,
Well,
it does not.
I think this is allowed. Jack, you're boss around here, right?
Okay,
You're in a leadership role.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
race
What do you
around
got?
in the parking lot,
Oh, what?
and we'll time it.
Well, he's got better handling. I'd wind up just turning mine over.
Well, look at that.
Well, I mean,
Now the race gets a little bit
It's not even
fair, and
close.
look who leaves.
Not even fair at
Look
all.
who's out of the race.
Yeah,
I noticed
burn all of you.
I noticed yesterday that there was one particular person spending extra time in the car and really freaking out about it. And it's this person who doesn't really have a nice car, and he's contemplated getting a new car for a while now.
I know.
And it seems like when he got out of there, he was real. And that's the kind of car you were kind of looking at, right? That kind of sedan.
Yeah, I was turned on.
Yeah.
Was this the car though? It wasn't the same car.
It wasn't. No, he was looking at the Honda Accord.
That's
which
it.
They often talk about like the Toyota Camry and the Honda Accord being in that similar style for economy.
Yeah, it's the
and-
midsize sedan.
Yeah. It's the responsible, soon-to-be dad.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, but they've done themselves a favor, these car manufacturers, and they started making these things sportier. You can see.
Oh, the
you know,
Camrys. The new Camrys basically look like race cars.
Yeah, over the past 4 or 5
Oh, yeah.
years, it's definitely a totally different model because you see one and it's like, oh, that's a mom car,
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
And then 1 year later, it's like, look out.
Yeah. Because before
Snazzy.
you look at it, any guy driving that, you're like, that is a guy who knows the interest rate on all his credit cards.
See, and then I think about that all the time. I play this game when I'm out on the road. Let's find out if I have the worst car right now.
Oh, come on with that.
And then I'll look, on I-4 in traffic, and more times than not, I have the worst car.
Yeah, it's going to happen a lot, buddy.
It does happen.
I
9
know, but-
times out of 10.
But play this game. When you're driving down I-4, play the game of how many people have that car paid off.
Yeah.
And how many people pay the lowest possible insurance rate on their car. And then you'll win. Then you're in a group that's very rare on I-4.
I'll see like some $50,000 or $60,000 car out on the highway. I'm like, what do you do? What do you do?
Oh,
You
yeah.
Etsy? Are you on Etsy?
OnlyFans? Are you OnlyFans?
What's hitting hard right now? Feet pick?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. Feed pics are always good.
Oh, yeah, tell me. Even when I see just like a standard car with a couple of bells and whistles, I'm like, dad's money.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
With just the AC?
Yeah, it's just a power
The
window.
power
I'm
window,
like,
yeah.
oh, God, the 1%.
Oh, look at you with your working blinkers.
Yeah.
Aren't you fancy?
I remember distinctly having that question run through my head of what do you do when I was in Las Vegas at Caesar's Palace. Underneath they have the Forum. It's like a mall in Caesar's Palace. So the prices of everything are probably 5 times what you'd see anywhere else in the world.
And it's that I've been through that walk. It's all Gucci, Prada, Versace. It's like names you've never even heard of that are upper level.
So you see these people walking through with these bags, and I'm just looking at them like, what do you do?
Right. That $60,000 bag that you're carrying all the other stuff in.
But like when you see me driving my car on
it
I-4,
fits.
I just wonder, no, it can't. It can't fit. I don't want it to fit.
But it fits, buddy. It fits.
Why does it fit?
Well, you got mirrors.
No. I just think people must think that like I've got harsh drug problems.
Yeah.
know?
And that's where it begins. I mean, it's really gonna from there. It's gonna go to your credit score, to your childhood.
They must think that I'm either fresh from rock bottom or I'm on my way.
Do you have? I can't remember. Do you have stickers? That's another tell.
I got stickers.
Yeah, he's got soccer.
Oh, that's right,
and
man.
I got stickers that have like faded away.
Do you have stickers of any child peeing on something?
No.
That it doesn't like.
That would be like an improvement. I should get
You should just get
what's his name?
big
Dobbs.
No, yeah, it's Calvin.
Calvin.
Get a big one of Calvin just peeing on your actual car.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. That's what I need. I can't wait though. I'm just waiting for this car to go like, hey, guess what? It costs $900 to fix me, and then I'm getting a new one.
Do you have a breaking point?
Money wise?
No. Just do you have a time when you're like, okay, when this happens, I'm getting a new vehicle or a newer vehicle, whatever.
I think the next time my car goes up, you owe me $900 or $1,000.
So the next major repair, you're going to call it good?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you understand the idea of maybe selling the car before it has the next major repair so that you can actually get some value out of it?
Because what do you determine about $1,500?
Yeah.
15 to
value
2
right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, with a detail and a little bit of a buff there.
That's what people are texting.
And a little going over. I mean, I believe your car could be worth anywhere between $2,000 and $2,500, actually, I think. Because, again, you have a working car that gets good gas mileage and a working AC system in Florida.
I got something in my tire. I've had it in my tire for like a month.
That's no big deal. We can get that right out of there.
Yeah, I got to get it out.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not losing that much air, so I'm kind of like running with it.
Yeah. Nobody in our audience has done that.
No.
Or in these rooms.
No.
I mean, now, granted, I had filled up the that tire like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, that you've worn the head off that nail.
I don't know what it is.
What's Jack showing you right now?
He's showing me a Corolla hybrid.
Oh, yeah?
For $27,500.
2022, 5,000 miles, clean Carfax.
Someone just texted us 77031. My 24-year-old.
Oh man!
Just bought a $65,000 Kia Telluride. She put down half.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Man,
Ooh.
if I'm dropping 65 on a car, you can't catch me in a Kia.
Yeah, put down. Dude,
What the
are you
hell?
kidding? That thing is premium. Have you seen one of those Tellurides?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's great.
Ridiculous. I mean, that thing is ridiculous. It looks better than a Land Rover, in my opinion.
Whoa.
Well, in Land Rover,
yeah.
I'll reserve my opinion in case they want to be a client. All right, 407-916. And if they're a client, they're awesome.
We love them.
We love them. They last forever, never have to go to the shop, and they're really cheap to maintain. Land Rover. Wonderful vehicles.
Love them.
And the interiors are luxe.
You know what I like about them?
What's that?
4 wheels.
Oh, yeah, man.
4 wheels are like, whoa, there's 4 of them?
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show and What'd You Do That's New.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Officials have cleared accidents northbound on Goldenrod Road, just south of University Boulevard, as well as westbound on the Beach Line at I-Drive. We're back up to speed here. A crash on Conroy Windermere Road at Apopka Island Road, still in the clearing stages. Expect some slowdowns in this area. We're heavy too westbound on I-4 between World Drive and 429. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print and Marketing Services help small business print big. Now get $15 off signs, banners, and posters when you spend $75 or more. Offer ends 4/15. Visit staples.com/printbig for details. This is your sign to try Staples, where prints are perfect, guaranteed.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you'll have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. But there is a catch, because there's always a catch. Right. If you get a call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Committing to saving for 4 years of college can be stressful for families. Not to worry. Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. The reality is, most parents don't cover all of their child's college costs. A Florida Prepaid 1-year university plan lets you start small and add a year at a time as your budget allows. The plan starts at $45 a month and it's 100% risk-free, so you can never lose your investment. Plus, any amount you save today means less debt for them tomorrow. Open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
Orlando is lurking, ready to protect what's theirs. Because in this wild, it's survival of the fittest. Welcome to their jungle. This is your team. Experience more football. Experience XFL.
Your Orlando Guardians close out the regular season at Camping World Stadium against the Arlington Renegades, Saturday, April 8th at 4 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Visit xfl.com/tickets.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, don't speak to the insurance company. They aren't your friend, and any statement you give them could be used against you. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $69 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
Book your appointment now.
There's a place where spring break is even spring breakier.
Dave & Buster's.
Where there aren't just nachos, there's lasers too.
Dave & Buster's.
And not just jet skis, but jet ski racing games, space games, action games, and even virtual reality.
Dave & Buster's.
And in this reality, it's the spring breakiest. Let your spring break loose at Dave & Buster's.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
So apparently Facebook is still a thing? Search gym members and join our group.
Well, isn't this ironic? Trump being arraigned today almost 2 weeks before the anniversary date of the Central Park 5, when he himself push for the death penalty for those kids when they were totally innocent. And he still think he did nothing wrong. Not only that, today is the anniversary of Martin Luther King's assassination. It's so ironic. It's crazy.
All right, 407-916-1041. That's called a talkback. You could leave one as well. Just go to the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it, and you'll see a microphone there that you can send it on down. You can actually edit yourself so you send out the perfect take. Again, it's a talkback, and it's easy to do.
And when you find us on the iHeartRadio app, follow Real Radio. It's easier because next time you open it, it's going to be a lot easier to find us.
Yep, sure does. You can get into the habit of doing that. That way you don't have to wait on the phone. You can send your comment over. We go through and make sure the ones that are appropriate get on the air, and the other ones we throw away. And we don't feel bad about it. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, 407-916-1041. Your 4 o'clock keyword is win, W-I-N. Go to realradio.fm. You'll see how to send that away. Send it off into the ether and then sit by your phone or take it with you. That's how they tell you you've won. We're just kicking this off. Yesterday was the first day. Today is the second. So win is your 4 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you do win for sure. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Let's do What'd You Do That's New.
What'd you do that's new? What'd you do that's new? Hey, if we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Cause or Law.
That's right, God almighty, boy, KLAUSMAN law.com. Office is right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718.
Hit him, Jack.
Car crash call Clausman. Thanks, I appreciate that very much. What'd you do that new? Every single Tuesday at 4 o'clock, we go around the room, choose something for the other members to watch, read, or listen to, and then come back around the next week, discuss it, and then move on to the next person. This week, it is Jack's choice. We'll talk about that, and then we'll find out what Ross has to offer here in just 1 second. Jackson?
Yeah, so when I went to visit my sister up in North Carolina a week ago, she took me to a little park that's in the city where she has her business, Studio B. It's a dance studio. This is the Wallace Simpson Park, and it features all of his whirly gigs. Now, a whirly gig is an outdoor structure. It's art. It be considered maybe folk art, but it's driven by the wind. So he
called them windmills.
Yeah.
Somebody else in the community actually tagged them whirly gigs because there's no good way to explain what they are.
Yeah,
it is a windmill per se, but it's way more than that.
Yeah, so it's a little park area and a green space with a little stage area outdoors that they created where there's 30 of these things. There's a museum across the street that I got to walk through as well, and I found 2 short pieces. I think one was on the local PBS station in North Carolina where they 2 videos where they described, a little bit about Wallace and his creations. And that was the assignment, to watch those things. I have a lot of video I shot. I'll put it right now on our Instagram page so you can actually see all of the different whirly gigs that I got to see.
I thought it was fascinating because he was an engineer. He was a welder.
He was a World War II pilot.
World War II pilot, yeah. And had the stuff that, he built these things and just had them on his property. And then they became such a point of pride. What a great way to reuse, recycle, repurpose, when they talk about how they light it up, especially because, he also used old road signs. So the road signs would be really bright at night when they would light them up a certain way. It was just a cute slice of Americana.
It really was. Jack, did you happen to see it at night because I guess around this, and a couple of these are like 40, 50 feet tall.
Yeah,
these are
several tons.
A few tons. So they're not all small, but they're very folky. But like Deb was saying, he would cut up stop signs, old road signs that were decommissioned, and use those as reflectors. And then they built a lighting system around there that apparently during the evening when they turn the lights on, it provides you with the maximum lighting kind of reflection show that you can see.
So they do have some lights that are at the base around the park that kind of shine on it, and I got to see how that looks, which is interesting. However, I think it's also designed so if you pull your cars up and it's facing it, it's supposed to even give it a brighter look. That I did not see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But it was really cool. And then going back to what we were saying at the beginning of the program, it's so vital to have community leaders who think outside the box, who understand the intrigue of humans. And really, that's what makes you interested in something. What What can really intrigue you? Why would you travel somewhere? And it's such a perfect piece of Americana. There's no other word really that fits it because, when you look at the shape, some of them are very rudimentary. This guy himself said he wasn't an artist. He claimed that. And then finally, at the end of his life, finally kind of fessed up to himself that maybe he was an artist. This is a guy who was a welder, an engineer, really a hands-on kind of guy who didn't probably, in the middle of North Carolina, fashion himself like an artist because those artists kind of ideas don't fit with tough North Carolina tobacco farmer kind of guys.
Right, hey, brother. I just like cutting metal into little shapes.
But you look at these things and you see the time that was taken to put them together and the love and you get the idea that this guy was just completely driven by this, almost like you get the feeling it was no different than the guy that built that Coral Castle.
Well, he wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
The Coral Castle guy was.
But that's that kind of it's that kind of insanity that really kind of can create something very, very special. And this is. I thought it was absolutely fascinating, and I think every small town should watch this and kind of figure out something they have that could create a little buzz to get people in their areas.
It's heartwarming. It's why I say I'm a people person, because you never know what a person does until you ask them and find out and see. I don't know. It's just fascinating. It's heartwarming. It's, small town America really flexing its muscles that, hey, just because there's only 10,000 of us in this town doesn't mean that, we're any It's such a wonderful story.
And Jack is right. Imagine like a giant splash pad, but it's grass. Or a really big putting green, but it's grass, and then these things are kind of put around it, and it does offer this really unique community space. They're doing yoga, they do all kinds of stuff. Bring the kids out to play, and then look at the whirly gigs, have weddings, whatever the case may be, and then build commerce around that, which is exactly what they're doing. Perfect.
I love the fact that they celebrated a hometown hero. And rather than just let his object stay on his property, they brought him into the center of town. And I really loved when they talked about how much downtown development has come, back into Wilson, North Carolina because of the whirly gigs. Didn't he say it was 1 million several years ago, and now they're getting 6 million?
6 or 60 or some ridiculous number like that. I mean, and there are a lot of these towns that have great infrastructures, but because the Walmarts have come in, which is exactly what happened to Palatka and other small towns where a gigantic retailer like Walmart comes into town, they set up shop. Well, then nobody can compete with them. And then, of course, you want to have that mom and pop thing in your town because it looks great through Hollywood. But, when it comes to saving $150 a month, when you're not making much money, you love the mom and pop thing, but that's $150 a month.
Yeah.
They also have a closed down mall.
Yeah, exactly.
With the movie theater next. I saw Shazam at that movie theater last week.
Wow.
It was all right.
Yeah,
Shazam.
A wonderful choice, by the way. This was a really unique choice. Had no idea this even existed. Love everything about it. If you want to check it out, JimColbertLive.com. Both of the videos are up. Total time is like 9 minutes. And I will tell you, you will want to know more about Whirligig Park. And if you're like me, you've already found out how far it is to drive. Because that's exactly the first thing I did. Went right to Waze. I'm like, how far of a drive is that? Because my wife and I are like, we can just stop in little towns on the way and just hang out. We're down for that.
The movie just put a smile on my heart.
Yeah, it's very good.
It reminded me of Dr. Evermore's Forevertron, which is something that I think I talked to you guys about like years ago, but it's another case of somebody dedicating their life to scrap metal and making giant pieces of creativity.
Yeah. When you go outside the Meow Wolf thing that I did in New Mexico, there is a gigantic, I put this picture up years ago. It's a gigantic spider that had been formed out of old car parts and stuff.
Oh, yeah. We have one of those in Mount Dora.
But it was freaking amazing. This thing is like the size of a house. And it's that kind of thing. And again, those Meow Wolf places, we have one coming here, and when you guys see it, you're not going to believe it. I mean, it's just genuinely one of the most interesting things you'll do, and there will be a waiting list for months to get in, and it's that kind of feel that really. But they use a comment or a term in this piece that I want to talk about as soon as we come back. Ross, what do we have for you next week, buddy?
Have you guys ever seen the movie The Kingsman?
Yeah. The collection of young men who have extraordinary fighting powers. And they use those to fight against bad guys, and it's all run by the dude who is the king that stuttered.
Okay, so we're talking
Colin Firth.
Is that a pretty accurate description of the movie?
That was awesome. Well, actually, so I'm talking about the spy thriller action comedy adventure film. that also has Colin Firth in it as a badass spy.
Yes.
I am not asking you guys to watch an entire movie.
Okay.
But there is one scene in that movie that is so grossly underrated. For people like me who have seen the scene, everyone like me goes, that's one of the best scenes I've ever seen. One of the best fight scenes I have ever consumed. You guys are going to be watching the Kingsman church fight scene and a making of that scene.
Okay, good. I love these. You suggest these about once every 6 weeks or so, and you find a jewel for us, and this sounds great already. I've already heard that this is one of those,
me and my wife love the Kingsman franchise, and it was this scene that made my jaw drop, give me goosebumps, and ask myself, how did they edit that? How did they make that? That was a perfect fight scene.
Isn't this like where James Bond would go to school kind of thing? This is kind of what it's like. It's almost like it's almost like an X-Men in border school suits.
Yeah,
or boarding
exactly.
school suits.
It's a very fun franchise, but this specific scene is an absolute face melter. I would be shocked if you don't just watch it back-to-back times because of how many things you might miss on how great of a fight scene it is.
There are 3 of these movies so
there
far,
are
or just 2?
3. There's the first one, a sequel, and then a prequel.
Gotcha.
But the first movie, church fight scene, people who out there who have seen it know exactly what I'm talking about. It's brutal. It's fun. It's funny. You guys are going to love it.
All right, cool. We'll get that up on JimCorbettLive.com so you can just click right through. It'll be at the What'd You Do That's New master list where all these are. And if you want to watch any of the stuff that we've done in the past, you can click right through. Even going back to the beginning of the show, you can find it. And there's some very interesting things there. I think it's one of the best collectives of things to watch, read, or listen to in the city. So, again, that's Jim Colbert Live. What'd you do that's new? The master list is there now. Back in a sec with more of The Jim Colbert Show.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Clausman, KLAUSMANLAW.com. Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Clausman, ClausmanLaw.com.
Taking a look at your ride along I-4, our heaviest traffic seems to be westbound on the interstate between World Drive and 429. Slowdowns too between the Beach Line and State Road 535. If you're heading eastbound, expect delays out of Polk County between U.S. Highway 27 and 429, and also between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. The Turnpike is up to speed. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Insperity, providing scalable HR services, access to better benefits, payroll, and HR technology for over 35 years. Insperity's mission is to help businesses succeed so communities prosper. Insperity, HR that makes a difference. Visit Insperity.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Baby boomers and retirees, stop losing your retirement. The IRS will take substantial dollars from your retirement savings unless you take control of your retirement dollars. You can gain retirement tax protection from national talk show wealth strategist and best-selling author Chuck Oliver of The Hidden Wealth Solution. He'll give you a head start to be retirement tax and recession smart. Learn solutions with a track record of measurable results to save thousands in unnecessary taxes and gain retirement recession protection. Visit retirementprotected.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Man, this is a nice truck. Yeah, check this out. What? I changed it to remind me of my time at sea. Weren't you in the Air Force? Yeah, but I really love the ocean.
You could save and get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender, leaving you with extra to spend on other things. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loans must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at NavyFederal.org.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Here's how to avoid a top mistake in divorce. Text messages and social media posts can wind up in front of a judge. Act accordingly. Don't post like a fool. Divorce? Trenley Kramer Law. TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
There's a place where spring break is even spring breakier. Dave & Buster's. Where there aren't just nachos, there's lasers too.
Dave & Buster's.
And not just jet skis, but jet ski racing games, space games, action games, and even virtual reality.
Dave & Buster's.
And in this reality, it's the spring breakiest. Let your spring break loose at Dave & Buster's.
Rent is due and money is tight. You could A, pay a huge late fee, or B, get an Amscot cash advance and avoid it. Amscot, up to $500 fast. No credit check. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval. Amscot.
Morgan & Morgan, dial pound 529 on your cell phone. Pound law, that's all.
Obviously, this is why YouTube was created. Obviously, at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, Todd from Ocala calling. There's a heavy police presence at Ocala Forest High School. Just letting you know.
Oh boy. Wow. And of course, that comes on the heels of them finding, what now, 3
teenagers shot and killed, and they believe all of the victims were targeted. 2 16-year-old girls and a 17-year-old boy.
There are only 2, as I remember, only 2 high schools, I think maybe 3. There's Ocala Forest and Ocala Vanguard were the 2 high schools in Ocala. Of course, that was years and years ago. I don't know if there are any others. But it's not that big of a city. I think maybe 40,000 people or something like that. And I wonder if that is. I wonder if that's in conjunction with the investigation going on with these 3 teens that have been found dead.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, 407-916-1041. We'll keep you abreast of that. Of course, everything that's happening with former President Trump, who has taken off and is headed back to Mar-a-Lago. Faced 34 indictments. Alvin Bragg right now, the Manhattan DA, is speaking on television explaining the charges and why they were brought and what's going on to the best of his ability, considering this is an active case. And we're expecting remarks from former President Trump tonight when he gets back to Mar-a-Lago. God, we will not be on the air when that happens, of course, because it's a 2.5-hour flight or so. And I'm guessing it'll probably be around 8:30 tonight. If there's no live remarks, more than likely it'll be on Truth Social.
I have I think higher than most fear of getting arrested. Ugh.
Yeah,
and I act accordingly.
Yeah. I've been arrested.
Oh,
it is
2 thumbs down.
Yeah. Again, I was given a notice to appear. So it wasn't like I was cuffed and stuffed or anything like that. I was just
cuffed and
stuffed. I sold alcohol to a minor. We've talked about this 100 times during a police sting operation in Ocoee, Florida, and boy, they really did get the bad guy. It was a real kind of, you just got a traffic ticket kind of moment for me. It was not, it was not that perp walk. I didn't have to get my prints taken or any of that stuff. None of that. It was just a notice to appear. It was the misdemeanor of all misdemeanors.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
Yeah, I would not want to be arrested. I would not want to go through that. It would be pretty embarrassing. I mean, depending on what it's for, of course.
What would you do for your mugshot? You smiling?
No, buddy, I don't believe in that. I think you should just look as, that is not a happy moment.
No, it's not.
And that's never gonna change. They're not gonna retake it. Or I don't think they do. I actually heard of a rumor one time that if you tried to, like mug it up or smile or act like a fool, that they would make you retake it.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had one taken, so I don't know.
Would you hit them with some blue steel?
Yeah, no.
Some people have gone viral just by being super, attractive looking on their mugshot.
No, I mean, I never think of those. I will always think of, it was never the mugshot model guy. Remember that dude?
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah. It would never be that guy. Mine's always going to wind up being Nolte. That's the only thing I can think is at any given point, my mugshot is going to, some way, shape, or form, going to wind up looking like Nolte's, which is just the worst of all time.
I think you need the hair for that one.
Yeah.
You do.
Tiger's DUI photos
it's
also.
Not good. That one is not good.
That's a banger.
That's not good. That's one that Nicholas doesn't have.
No.
That's a trophy that Nicholas does not have, for sure. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Again, your 4 o'clock keyword is WIN, W-I-N. If you just slide over there and enter that at realradio.fm, you too could possibly win $1,000.
Yeah, be our first winner.
So something happened at the funeral this past weekend. I wanted to go over with you guys to see how it kind of made you, see what it makes you think. Ross, if you don't mind. So I gave a bit of a eulogy at my uncle's funeral. I requested to do so, to say some words on his behalf. I knew that his brother wasn't going to be able to do it.
Right.
He was an absolute mess. And I'll get to something else here in a second on that. And, he had a pretty good crowd for a humble fellow. Didn't have a lot of friends or get out and, make a lot of acquaintances. Most of them were church folks and then old family friends that we saw. And I'd asked to say some words on his behalf. I did not even know that my sister had planned to do so after the fact, but I just thought I would represent our side of the family and say some things that, that everybody needed to hear. Told a little story about us as we were kids. And then when I was done, I got a round of applause for a eulogy.
Oh,
that's
and I have to tell you,
wow. Yeah.
It was really bizarre. And I was the first one to go up. His son hadn't even gone up yet. His son is my cousin. He did not go up yet. So I led the pack and then of course I did my thing and I was very emotional and stuff.
But Big Dog ate.
But then I got an applause and I didn't know how to react to that. I didn't make a hand motion and go, thank you. I didn't tip my hat or anything, and I just went and sat down. But it was such a bizarre thing. I didn't know how to react to it. Like getting an applause for a eulogy at a funeral. He's right there.
But it's a great sign for the people who are there for that reason to send off your uncle, that they appreciated the things you said about him so much that was their natural reaction. But then it's like, okay, what if they don't clap for the son or your sister or,
That's the thing, man.
Yeah.
So I started the clapping when they were done just to make sure that everybody was even. Like, oh, good. Great job.
Yeah.
I led the league.
But you buried the next eulogier.
Well, I don't know about buried them. I wasn't
you
trying
should have been
to.
the closer, man.
I wasn't trying to win. Yeah. I don't know why they called me up first.
Just blew him out of the water.
Yeah.
Why didn't you demand the close?
I set a pretty unachievable tone for the remainder of the crew, though. I'm going to be dead honest with you.
You nailed it. Nailed it.
It was just a bizarre thing, man. I mean, have you ever given one?
I have never given a eulogy.
Well, I was among many that did. I think the preacher is the one who actually gives the actual eulogy, right, Deb? Or
I don't know. I mean,
or is everyone's comments considered a eulogy in that situation?
I thought everyone's.
That's what I thought.
If you're speaking into a microphone talking about someone who just passed at their funeral.
But only one best man gives the best man sentiments, but
But anyone can speak.
But anyone can speak.
Funerals have a best man?
No, they don't. What I'm saying in the wedding scenario, if I'm trying to draw a parallel here,
Come on, Ross.
You know,
Okay,
there's one person specifically built to do that job, and that's the best man.
Sorry, Jack, I didn't know that. I've never died before, dude.
If the fourth guy in line doesn't get to step up to the mic
I've
and
seen
let it
your
rip.
show. I wouldn't be so sure.
So what I'm trying to say, what I'm getting at, is that I have heard of a eulogy going south.
Well, yeah, I didn't want that to happen. That was not going to happen. Somebody even just texted and said they were probably applauding because you were finally done.
Oh,
how long? How long was it?
It was like 19 minutes. It wasn't even that bad.
You've got to be joking.
I'm joking. Of course, I'm joking.
Oh man!
I mean, it was probably 2-3 minutes max. You know, it was me, struggling through it. Trying to get through it and not completely fall apart and try to make it a cohesive statement.
So you probably wrote something in advance.
I did not. It was all off the lid.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
I mean, I knew this guy very well. I just kind of circled in on one thing I wanted to talk about, and then told the story and got a good laugh.
And you got laugh, applause
right off the dome, dude. That's how I roll.
And that's
That's pretty
think
impressive.
If there's anything, I mean, your uncle's going to be happy to hear the laughter.
Yeah.
'Cause he knows.
And he knows the story, too.
Right.
Oh, God, he loved it.
You got laughs?
Yeah, I did get a laugh.
All right.
I didn't even try.
So the one
wait,
eulogy.
so you weren't trying to be funny?
Yeah, I didn't even try.
Oh boy,
I'm still not quite sure
Just
if
that talented,
if
huh?
I can share the story, but I'm still going to because it's my in-laws. But I've heard of a eulogy from on the side of my wife's family of a certain family member doing the eulogy, right? And everyone.
Who's the person who passed? I mean, can we say that or?
I believe it was a grandma or a grandpa from back in the day.
Okay, good. So I'm trying to get a gauge of how this is supposed to go. Yeah.
So when this individual walks up to the microphone, everyone's already kind of on the edge of their seats.
Right. What's going to happen?
This guy goes hard. Every family member has that. You
that
know
one
that
guy or
every
that
family,
one lady,
yeah.
right.
And that one family member, you're like,
nobody like me.
Man, we're giving this person the eulogy.
Right.
Okay, all right.
I remember the first time we had sex.
It goes ahead, gets through it. It's a little awkward, but still doable. Then about 3 or 4 more people go up and do some more eulogies. On the third or fourth person destroys, pulls a Colbert, pulls a Jim, destroys, applause and everything. So then this family member goes,
No.
Actually, I got one more thing to say.
No. I forgot I forgot my encore stuff.
So he
I
went up.
forgot my
He did a second eulogy. You can't do 2.
No, you can't.
You
Yeah.
can't do 2.
You can't go there and go, I forgot about this good part of him.
Yeah.
it's like a Columbo. One more thing.
Yeah, just one more thing.
I've always thought that is hilarious. Oh, you did good? You think you're better than me? Yeah. I loved her too.
I loved her more.
She was a great aunt.
I bought her that sweater she's wearing. You ever had to give one?
No.
No, you haven't had to say anything on behalf of someone who's passed?
Mm-mm.
It doesn't strike me as something you'd be really up for. It'd have to be pretty close, like mom, maybe.
Oh no, that I
bestie.
I wouldn't be able to get through those.
Yeah.
If I die before you 3, I require you have to have a eulogy.
Who goes first?
First of all, I'm coffees for closers. I'm giving it to Jim as my closer.
All right,
I
very
don't want
good.
you guys to get buried.
All right.
But
That's a smart move because I'm bringing heat.
I'm going Jack.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I think you're a good appetizer. You're the buffalo loaded potato skin of
Thanks.
eulogies.
Only place to go but up after
And
that.
you know that Jack is going to bring a little sauce as well. He's going to have something spicy to say.
Yes,
he's going to try to get a little, get some passive aggressive stuff in there on you. Maybe end it with a sound effect.
Of course, this wasn't the first time he died.
Right?
Yeah, I think you would start off by going, hi, yes, can I get some attendance? And then everyone would raise their hand, and then you would just look at me. And then look back at them and go, okay, everyone's present. I think you would make some dark joke.
Yeah, no. I think he would just got to do his little passive aggressive thing, and then it would move into Deborah, and Deborah would get up there, and I don't know what you would do. I don't know what you would do. You're very unpredictable.
Yeah. She's an enigma.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you would handle it. How would you eulogize Ross? Like if he died right now and had a stroke.
Deb, go.
Ross was the little brother that most of us never had.
You know, that's 100% right.
But never knew we wanted.
Oh, man. What a great thing to say.
I get 10 seconds, if that? Is that?
No.
Oh, no, we would cut that.
I didn't even have time to find music for it.
Yeah. That's it. That's all we'd say. Then we'd just go, all right, we're all done.
Where's pizza?
Services are over.
Pizza?
And by the way, when they shut down a funeral, like, so you do the funeral at the funeral home, and it just so happens that the graveyard literally is across the street. I mean, literally. It's like 4-iron from where we do the service thing.
Okay.
And
into the wind?
When you get, no, a little down. A little right to left. When you get there, I was a pallbearer. We'll pull him out of the hearse and put him on the stand there. Everybody sits down and they walk up and the preacher does a prayer. And they ask if somebody else wants to say anything. Nobody else said anything. And then the guy from the funeral home comes up and says, well, that concludes our services. You can hang if you want to. And I mean, you're not at the gravesite, man. You're not there 3 minutes. And they're like, okay, we're good.
Jeez.
And we're out. That's it. And we stayed there so long. My sister was doing her thing and they weren't really expecting it. And she went on a little bit and the escort left. The cop said, I'm out. Sorry. Cannot stick around. You guys can make it. It's right there. You can see it.
Right.
I think Jim says it's a 4-iron down in.
Downwind, yeah. Right to left. Yeah,
I want somebody saying something nice. If I was going to pick you guys to do it, and in closing, I would probably have Deborah go last.
Whack.
I don't disagree.
Wow, man.
Also whack.
Especially after that.
I have Jack open it up, and I have you go second. So Jack's the opener in both scenarios.
Yep.
All right, just know, Deb,
You're the cream filling in this Oreo.
I'm trying to bury you in that closing spot on Jim's eulogy.
Oh no, yeah, you can't win against that voice. You can't win against any of that package right there, buddy.
I'm glad.
You're gonna lose dramatically against that thing.
I welcome the opportunity to go first because it's kind of like the MC. It's
That's right.
There's maintenance duties. I have to point out, okay, the bathrooms are over there. We're at it. Please turn your cell phones up. I can do that stuff.
Yeah, make sure to tip.
Yeah.
Be sure to tip.
That will work. There's comment cards on all of your tables.
Yeah. Don't forget to take a prayer card with you.
Leave your email on the card so we can raffle off this cool hurricane glass.
I know that's funny. I know that there were like a lot of people working that day, and it was weird because there really weren't that many people. I think maybe at the max or maybe 35 people in the facility when we were doing our thing. But there were, I think the funeral home there employs everybody over the age of 85 if you're male, because there were like about 7 guys there in disheveled suits trying to help us in some way, shape, or form. Hand us a track or give us tissue or show us where the bathroom was or tell us there was water here.
And they were super old?
Yeah, oh man, they were really, really old. That's the irony.
Do you think that they were like hiring them but also cutting them a deal?
Yeah, maybe so.
Like, hey, by the way.
Hey, remember you're working toward this.
Yeah.
It's like when it's when you go into a restaurant and eat and then don't have money.
It's a real layaway plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it. I know it. You got 6 months. Want to start working on it?
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah, they were really nice, though. It's they did a wonderful job. Master's Funeral Home up in Plague. I've been there forever. They buried, I think, everybody I've been related to in my entire life. I've never been to another funeral home in the city.
Well, hopefully this will be it for a while.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a tough 18 months for your family.
It has, and it's weird, and I'm sure everybody can relate to this as we talk about it, and I'll end it with this because I don't want to talk about it anymore, but, we didn't have a death in our family, in our immediate family, for 40 years. For 40 years, since 1982, when my grandmother passed away, or 82, 83, we did not have a significant death in the family from that moment, and then within 18, 19 months, 3 family members, 3 aunts and uncles, all fall. My mom and then her 2 brothers in 18 months. So it's just kind of weird how that happened.
Yeah, that's a lot of loss.
There's one other uncle. Is he a brother to the 3?
Yeah. Curtis is the last of the uncles or aunts and our from my grandmother's family. So he's the last one. He's 63 too.
That's not old.
It's not.
That is
not old at all.
It's not old at all.
And he lost 3 of his siblings.
And here was the
in
other,
less than 2 years.
And here was the other thing. And my uncle does this, and I don't think he has any problem with it. And he wouldn't have any problem with me bringing it up. And I know we got to go to break, but he did this with my mother as well. very touchy with the body. Very touchy with the body. Like he was caressing his brother's cheek, like reaching down there. And again, I am not ragging my uncle. He's a sweet, sweet man. And I know that, culturally it's different in a lot of different places, whatever. And he was touching him and stuff. And his wife, when they got there, I was there before him when he walked in and he saw him and, of course, lost it. His wife, my uncle's wife, said, could you please go up there with him? Can you please go up there? So I walked up and I stood beside him, and I'd already done my thing, so I was kind of beyond that part of it. And my wife had told his wife while sitting there in the pews, if Curtis touches him, Jimmy's going to leave. And sure enough, my uncle reaches into the casket and starts, making sure his shirt is right and, touching him on the cheek and like caressing him and stuff and everything. And I was like, man, I can't. I don't know whether that's weird to me. It just was very odd. I had to get the hell out of there. He kissed my mom, his sister, of course.
Forehead?
Yeah.
All right.
But it was very bizarre to me. I don't want that to be the last memory of that, that cold,
right?
That thing. I don't want that. I would not want that.
I poked my dad.
You did?
Yeah.
With what?
My finger.
Ugh.
I was 8.
Just to see if he was still alive?
I was there. My sister's boyfriend, he came up there with me, and he's just like, he goes, you can touch him if you want. I go, I don't want to touch him. And he goes, no, it's okay. You can touch him. So I just like kind of poked him. And
man. Yeah. No,
I was 8.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know. Is it for you? I mean, would you kiss your mom on the forehead?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do it. It's hard for me. I didn't even go to my grandmother's casket. I didn't walk up. I couldn't do it. And I could barely do it with my mother. So I just have a really weird thing when that happens. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I kissed my mom's forehead, but it was we were in the hospital. She was just like in a surgical room that was just not being used, and it was kind of eerie.
Yeah. It's weird, right?
Yeah,
it's very odd. But I know, again, in certain cultures, I think in Hispanic cultures and in African American cultures, that's not a big deal. It's pretty common that they hug and caress and touch and pay their last respects by giving kisses and stuff like that. And it could be common in our culture. I do not know that. I just know that for me, it's very bizarre. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Just trying to make uplift spirits here on a Tuesday.
Ross, you need more dead people in your life so you could have some stories. Too.
Yeah.
I got some dead homies.
Did you make out with them?
I'm not touching them.
Okay,
no.
good. Yeah, don't touch them. That's right.
I'm not going to hit them with the old dad poke.
Oh, man. Back in a sec.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. You can expect afternoon highs today to soar to the low 90s. It's going to be a warm one with a lot of sunshine, so make sure you're staying hydrated. Wake-up temperatures tomorrow will be in the 60s. Now, later this afternoon, we could be seeing an isolated shower, maybe a rumble of thunder or two. Coverage is going to stay very, very low, and we're dry and warm to end your work week. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Gatorland.
Gatorland knows you need more animals, more gators, and more fun. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less with $16.50 admission through the end of April. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
Here in Central Florida, utility companies raised the rates 3 times, and April was one of them, and they're doing another one. I mean, they're talking about going crazy again. But you can stop going along with these rate increases and go solar with Solar Bear. Solar Bear, the highest rated and reviewed solar company in the state, locally owned and operated. That means no subcontractors. All you have to do is just visit solarbear.com today for your free estimate. And check it out right now. On top of that, get 0 down, 0% interest, and no payments for 12 months of credit approval. Say goodbye to your electric bill, but say hi to Solar Bear. Solarbear.com.
Thinking about getting married but nervous about popping the question? IDC owner Keith LeClaire totally gets it.
When I asked my wife, Peggy, to be my bride, I had to drive all the way to Michigan to get married. I was 24 years old. I turned around twice on the way up and turned back coming back to Florida because I'm like, what am I doing? And I knew I had picked the right bride, but it was still scary.
The third time, Keith kept on driving And now, 43 years later, he and Peggy are living their best life.
I married way above my head. Because of her, we're where we are today with 3 children, 10 grandchildren, and a lot of friends. Having the right partner and being married, it's truly the biggest blessing of my life.
And seeing and helping other happy couples, either just starting out or celebrating milestone anniversaries, is what International Diamond Center is all about.
Life gets better each year that goes by. I'm just so thankful.
International Diamond Center, with 4 Orlando locations, where relationships come first, always.
I love my wife dearly. She's the greatest, biggest blessing that God has ever given to me. There is nothing more important than my wife.
If you're injured, how much is your case worth? I'm attorney Mo DeWitt. You never asked to be injured. Don't let the insurance company shortchange you. Injured on the go? Offer too low? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Office, Orlando.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Did you know your completely free iHeartRadio app is also your home for hit podcasts? New for you this week, check out On Purpose with Jay Shetty, discussing philosophy, life, and conversations with the biggest stars in the world. Listen today on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
ezCater presents We've Got Your Back, Up Singers.
Backup singers.
So right before this important meeting, I get a text from ezCater
Ding, ding.
that the restaurant lost power.
No electricity.
And I'm like, are you kidding me?
She said sarcastically.
But ezCater was like, don't worry.
No sweat.
They got another restaurant to fill the whole order.
The whole order.
And I was like, are you kidding me? But in a good way.
Inflection is everything.
Problem with your order? ezCater has your back with over 100,000 restaurants.
ezCater.
Order 24/7 on ezcater.com.
We got your back.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DINOVITE.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent. Dynamite is nutrition. Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
If you don't know what web goals are, consider yourself lucky. Feel like helping out? Go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Colbert Show crew, blessed love to everyone. Deb, welcome back. I already make it clear to I have 2 sisters, and I make it clear to them. I said, listen, don't expect me to walk up to the front, come look at the body or nothing. I make that clear already. When my parents go, same thing. I don't want none of that memory. My grandma, just like you, Jim, my grandma and I were very close. I didn't even go inside the church.
Yeah.
No, sir. I don't want that memory.
I feel you, man. I feel you 100%. I could barely walk into the church when my grandmother was doing that. I mean, that was just a bad scenario there. So. Big thanks to our friends over at Elixir. They're always taking care of us. And when they have big weeks coming up, Fight Night coming up this Friday night, join Angel Rivera from the Monsters Saturday night for at 10 o'clock for the UCF Middleweight Championship. No cover at Elixir. Call them today or reserve a table for the big fight this Saturday night, though. It's on Washington near the corner of Orange Avenue in downtown Orlando. Find them online at elixirorlando.com. Again, that's the big fight this Saturday night. Our boy Angel Rivera from the Monsters of the Morning will be there for the big fight coming up at 10 o'clock that night. Elixir is awesome on the corner of Washington and Orange. Right there, you can't miss them. It's Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira 2. For the World Middleweight Championship. Go see one boy Angel. He's such a good guy.
Yeah. No cover, too.
Yeah, no cover.
But if you want a table, reserve it.
And good-ass food.
Yeah.
And we have some new tacos we're going to be able to tell you about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks for the lunch today.
Yeah, the chicken pesto sandwich was damn good, by the way. They do a good job. They have very good bacon. Ross and I got into a bit of a bacon argument earlier. I said, man, this one thing about these Elixir sandwiches and Elixir stuff, my man uses really high-quality bacon. And then Ross said to me,
it's just a little bit thick.
Yeah, you don't like the thick bacon. You like the thinner, crispier, like what I call buffet bacon.
Yeah.
You can't get more masculine of a discussion than the types of bacon that you prefer.
Yeah, this is the medium cut bacon, but it's perfect because you can get it crispy and you don't have to chew on it for an hour like jerky, which get it down. Because when people get that thick bacon, they don't know how to cook it right. And you get that crispy bacon, you put it in the oven and get it absolutely like paper. And I like it in between.
Now, it is good. It's just that when you say bacon, I don't know that quality of bacon is what everybody thinks of. I don't think they're, expecting that good of that quality of bacon, that thick cut bacon.
Oh, yeah, it's real good.
That's not the stereotypical bacon
on
that
a
people
sandwich.
know.
I see what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just recently moved to the thick cut bacon after I got the air fryer.
Yeah.
Because the combination there, boom, 8 minutes, you are good to go.
Oh, yeah. Got to get that junk in the oven, though, if you're going to cook it right. If you're still cooking bacon in a frying pan, you are screwing yourself over. And by the way, I don't want to hear this. Well, I want the fat. The fat renders out when you cook it in the oven just as well. You're fine. And it's actually easier to maintain as well.
Yeah.
You want that bacon fat.
Gym rules. Come on.
Yeah, you want bacon fat for a lot of stuff.
Oh, man, you want that bacon fat and biscuits. You want that bacon fat. My grandmother used to just spread it on biscuits as if it was jelly.
Really?
Yeah. Bacon fat. No joke.
Wait a second. Okay.
You
You connect the stories.
She died at 60.
Yeah.
Did she keep her bacon fat in an old mason jar or a coffee can?
Coffee can?
They make
coffee can.
They make a thing for it, right? Where it's you lift up the top and it's this strainer and it looks like a coffee can, but it's not. It's actually built for this, and you pour the bacon on top, and that way it gets all the bits and pieces out of there, and then you just have your pure bacon fat.
God, I also like turkey bacon. I know that some people freak out over turkey bacon.
I don't think it's that good for you, right? Because the way they have to process the meat to get to that point.
Jim, is regular bacon good for you?
It's not. It's actually one of the worst things you can put in your body, I believe.
Absolutely. So
Had a hot dog.
It's almost like at this point, it's like, well, I don't know, Marlboro Lights, they're healthier, right? Marlboros. Yeah,
I'll tell you in a few.
But I enjoyed turkey bacon.
I do not. Got to be regular old bacon, buddy. But I like that thick cut, and you got to cook it slow in the oven, and then get it right to the point where it's crispy. So by the way, you got to let your bacon sit a little bit. All right, and you need to cook it on a wire rack when you cook it. Don't let it sit in its own fat. When you cook it on a wire rack in the oven, when it's done, you have all the rendered fat, and the bacon's crispier, and it cooks better.
Being a little aggro about the bacon, aren't you?
Dude, it is very important to cook your bacon properly.
I guess so.
Suddenly, his opening statement of Russ and I were arguing about bacon just seems a little more
makes sense now.
Well, I don't like it when people are bacon ignorant, and he's ignorant. You're bacon ignorant.
I'm not bacon ignorant just because
you're
I
bacon
prefer.
dumb.
I'm just saying that I like turkey bacon and thin sliced bacon.
But I'm just telling you that you're bacon dumb because what I said was the quality of this bacon was good. I didn't say it was the thickness or anything like that. The flavor of the bacon, the balance of meat and fat in each strip was perfect.
I'm not denying that bacon tastes good. I'm just saying.
Then what's your problem, buddy?
My problem is that I don't think people are expecting that bacon when they order, let's say, a BLT.
You think they're going to get some cheaper, like buffet bacon, like the crispy bacon you see. Like that's what you thought.
Yeah. I think my favorite bacon, though, I forgot what fast cash or breakfast chain spot it is. It's like $1 billion bacon or something.
Yeah, they call it millionaire's bacon, $1 million bacon or whatever. It's just,
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, bacon with
taste yourself dying earlier.
Yeah, it's like brown sugar.
Oh, yeah.
It's maple syrup.
Oh, yeah.
What else do they sprinkle on there?
Bacon. They put...
That's right. They sprinkle crumbled up bacon on bacon.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
And like three
That's
slices
bacon
of
on bacon.
3 slices cost you like $12.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's always expensive.
It's like the best scam ever.
So are you guys all bacon people? No sausage patties, no sausage links for breakfast when you go out?
Okay, this is weird.
Uh-oh.
The problem, I don't order sausage links, and here's why. Because I eat them like Pez. I eat those sausage links as fast as you can. I will eat 5 of them like fingers gone, like a pelican. I don't even no bite marks, not one in any of the sausage. Just complete swallow whole.
Did Grandma
There's a
teach you
joke
that?
there.
I don't. You know what the thing is? When I was growing up, you had to eat fast if you wanted seconds. That's how it was. So the minute the food hit the table, I ate as fast as I could so I could get more. But we rarely had sausage patties. It was almost always links.
Yeah.
I don't mind the patty.
I like links. I like sausage. All breakfast meats can get it.
That's right. They can get it. Good ham.
Good ham.
Ham is a lost breakfast meat that needs to make a big, strong comeback. Also, chorizo.
Oh, yeah.
Chorizo is the absolute best in breakfast.
With
the
eggs?
The best. In a hash?
See, I'm a breakfast burrito connoisseur. You can tell by my hair length.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Got a fresh keyword coming up for you in a second. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Taking another check on your ride along I-4. Westbound delays continue. Heavy, too, between 417 and 429. Eastbound especially heavy approaching State Road 536. And also still between Kirkman Road and the Turnpike. We're seeing stop-and-go traffic as well eastbound approaching 429. Authorities still working to clear a crash south on Pine Hills Road at Colonial Drive. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Denny's. Know what time it is? It's diner time. And now Denny's presents the new Diner Classics Plus menu with instant classics like the new Spicy Moons made with spicy chorizo and jalapenos or the new red, white, and blue buttermilk pancakes. Craving breakfast, lunch, dinner, or anything in between? At Denny's, it's diner time.
Guys, here in Central Florida, so unbelievably important. Your AC company is ready to go to get your AC ready for these brutal Florida summers that are just right around the corner. For me, for Ross, for hundreds of Central Floridians, it's easy. It's Mills Air. 30-plus years of experience in keeping Central Floridians nice and cool. I'll take that every day. And their preventive maintenance plan is an absolute must before the summers. They can tell you if your AC is ready to go or if it's going to quit on you halfway through the summer, which you definitely do not want. So make sure you take care of that. Plus, our Carrier factory authorized dealers, that can get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts in Carrier and certainly turn to the experts at Mills Air. They're family owned and operated and ready to help you today. Call 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. MillsAir.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Yo, Joe, it's Ross. I'm here to tell you about Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company. Straight up, they make great beer. In fact, they make my favorite beer. Their Blood Orange Wheat is my #1 right now. Andy and Robbie, the minds behind Persimmon Hollow Beer, are just passionate about the beer that they brew. You can really taste how much they give a damn about their beer. Visit Persimmon Hollow at any of their 5 locations so you can enjoy passionately crafted beers. Enjoy a Persimmon Hollow beer. Drink sensibly, but get weird. PersimmonHollowBrewing.com.
I want to send out a gigantic welcome to Orlando to our friends over at Life Imaging FLA. They've been in South Florida for a few years now, saving people's lives with early detection with their heart and body scan. Man, the minute I heard about these guys, I was automatically intrigued. Lost my mom and my uncle to diseases they didn't even know they had. Early detection could have really helped them extend their lives. It really started making me and my wife both pay attention. After finding out that 1 in 3 people will die from heart disease, and in 30 to 40% of heart attacks, the first symptom is sudden death, it took me no time at all to realize Life Imaging FLA is where I need to be. And right now they're giving out free heart scans. And speaking of the scan, it takes 10 minutes or so and you don't even have to get undressed. Call Life Imaging FLA for your free heart scan now. From your cell phone, call pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. Just say the keyword free heart scan and you'll be connected in seconds. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $69 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
Book your appointment now.
Paid for by government.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $20 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 50 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-495-6468 and you are guaranteed a $20 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-495-6468. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $75 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-495-6468 now to secure your $20 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-495-6468.
If you ever need our help, we're just a call away. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, FUN. F-U-N, fun. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Your 5 o'clock keyword is fun. F-U-N.
That's a very advantageous N.
Just go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance to win $1,000. Fun is your 5 o'clock keyword, guys. Good luck. Hope you do win some money for sure.
Get you some.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And so is Jack.
Hey.
And Ross.
Let's get it.
Search Your Ace Off starts Wednesday.
That's tomorrow. Next Wednesday?
That is tomorrow.
Whoa.
The first stanza of Clues drop tomorrow, just like we did last year. The second stanza of Clues will drop on Thursday. The final stanza of Clues will drop on Friday. We'll release you animals into the Tri-County area to try to find that big green egg, courtesy of Tools Ace Hardware. Again, one of the best partners we've ever had on this show. Wonderful human beings. I love representing them. I could not ask for a better company to represent. They're literally everything that I would want in a company to talk about. They're just good people. So they were so kind to give us another one of these $1,000 grills. I'm hiding it, and then I'll tell you a little poem, and you try to find the clues in that poem, and there's enough information in all of these to certainly find them because everyone has been found.
And then we place our bets as to where we think how quickly.
How many hours? This could be an easy one. I'm going to be dead honest with you.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
This could be one of the easier search your ace offs. Last year was pretty tough. This one could be a little easier.
So is it hidden already, or can people still just follow you between now and tomorrow?
Maybe. It is not hidden yet.
I love the realization after the fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not tomorrow.
No. It's definitely going tomorrow.
Maybe I have Code Black doing it right now.
It will be hidden for sure. It'll be where it needs to be by the time the final clue hits, which you will think, I'm virtually certain you'll need all of the clues to get there. That second stanza, though, man, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, we'll do that. Started that tomorrow. You'll get your first set of clues tomorrow for the new 2023 version of Search Your Ace Off. We always do it right around Easter. And actually, somebody texted in and asked if we were doing it yesterday, if we're doing it again. And I was so happy to tell them yes, that we are. What else? Potato.
That's one I like making in the air fryer. Roasted potatoes.
You like the potatoes in the oven?
Yeah, a little seasoning, a little olive oil seasoning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always
good. A little paprika in there. Boom!
So, what do you do? Salt, pepper, and like some Italian seasoning?
Yes, I do.
Little smoked paprika?
Garlic powder as well.
Yeah, smoked paprika is one of the best little kept secrets in the world of cooking. If you want to ever give yourself something a different depth. I put it in chili a lot because my wife doesn't like the smoked flavor I get when I cook the meat in chili, so I just put a little bit in there with smoked paprika. It works perfectly. And you can, by the way, you can do this. You can make your own. If you want to make any of your spices smoked, you just basically put them in a shallow dish and throw them in a smoker or a grill, and turn the air off so it just kind of smolders. But you can make your own smoked stuff. It's easy.
Deb's got that look like. I hear these words, but
women don't like that flavor profile. I don't think women like that smoky flavor profile. My wife does not like it either.
No, it depends.
Yeah.
It depends. Now, I do like those places that have started smoking their old fashions.
Oh, yeah.
That's tasty.
They do that little pump smoker thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. All right, so there's an interesting...
You throw a little bourbon in it, so it takes the edge off of that smoky flavor.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you know the texts are already coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Already found it on the passenger seat of your truck. Thanks.
Right, exactly. That's where it was just the other day. So an interesting story. Of course, we know the women's NCAA tournament is now over.
Yep. LSU
beats
Iowa,
and they both have stars. LSU has a star called the Barbie of the Bayou. Her last name is Reese. Iowa had the star, Caitlin Clark, I think it was. And they were famously going at each other and, making the hand signs. And, she was a phenom. But LSU was like just a stalwart of a monster school. And the clash of those two titans, And then, of course, after LSU wins, Reese goes up and does the hand motion for her, like, I can't see you, that John Cena thing.
Yeah.
And it caught a lot of flack about, whether it was classless or anything like that. Both of them do it. It's just two really high-level athletes being athletes and talking trash. I never thought 1 second of anything about either one of them when they were doing their thing. I think it's great for the sport. I mean, Ross said it, Jack said it yesterday. There's some weird imbalance between women's actions in sports and men's, where they think that women should have some sort of unspoken decorum that men don't seem to possess, and that's the most inane, ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Trash talking women is even better. I mean, women's matches in UFC are sometimes way better.
Oh yeah.
But here's the crux of the story. Is Jill Biden, the first lady,
Jilly B,
invited, instead of just the championship team to the White House for a visit, extended an invite to both of the teams to the White House for a visit. To which, is it Angela Reese? What's her first name? I just want to make sure I get this right. I want to be respectful and get her name right. I can't remember her first name, but I thought it started with an A, and I didn't want to say it incorrectly and mess it up.
I believe,
yes,
Angel Reese.
It's Angel Reese. That's right. They call her the Barbie of the Bayou.
Yeah.
So Angel Reese tweets out and says, no thanks. No thanks. From what I understand, you get invited to the White House when you're a winner, when you're a champion. Losers don't get invited to the White House. No thank you. I won't do that at all. And then somebody else in a tweet said, well, how about we all just get together at Michelle Obama's house? Right. And then she tweets out, that's the tweet, right? And I agree with her 1,000%. You know, I was watching that. I've never heard of the losing team of a championship game get invited to the White House. Like when the NBA plays or Major League Baseball or the winners of the Super Bowl, they don't invite the losers, do they?
They do not.
Yeah, they only invite the winners, and I don't think that's not, I mean, she's backed up on this, by the way. I mean, she's changed her tone on this, but I don't understand even the onset of doing that. Why would you want to do that?
I have a feeling the First Lady was maybe just looking to highlight women in sports.
Yeah, and it's not like the participation trophy. It is the championship match, and it's the two teams that competed. If it's a good game or you want to celebrate the two teams that reached the championship, why not? And, you know, one is definitely better than the other. They proved it on the court. But I think the trash talking in the game, all of that, absolutely fair play. When it's over, all right, dial it down a
Okay,
notch.
no, I disagree. I do believe it should just be the champions. If you're going to do that, make a different day. And make that day is known as Loser's Day.
Yeah, Loser Day.
That's the day. This is Champions Day, and this is Runner-Up Day.
And
Champions Day gets all the stuff. Runner-up, they got to pay entry fee.
North Carolina is actually looking to ban participation trophies.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that you can only get a trophy if you've earned it for first, second, third place.
Yeah, and they do the meal, but the championship team, they get 2 scoops of ice cream.
No.
Runners-up only gets 1.
No, I think
everything is a little nicer for the championship team.
I think the runner-up team should be able to go, but they should have to watch through the windows.
They get to do the tour.
From the outside as the championship team eats just Lux food and just gets treated like queens, and they all laugh. They're all sitting around the fire telling jokes and high-fiving. Everybody else is out in the cold rain. That's what I want.
Putting myself in that situation, if I go ahead, I win a national championship, I'm on my way to the White House, they're like, also second place got invited. Sure, there's a little part of me that's like, man, I just saw them. Like, I don't, that's weird. Has that happened before? No, this is the first time you're letting both finalists at the... I would definitely have my whatever pants on, but I wouldn't come out and say...
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't come out
I would
and say that I'm not going.
It's that, it would be, to me, it would be that important. I think that's a fine statement to make.
You wouldn't go.
I would not go. I'm telling you, I would not go because I think it's important what's happening here. And by the way, she obviously does as well because the backlash was bad enough where she backed off the idea of it and is now saying, hey, look, we'll have the champions in, then we'll kind of figure out what we're going to do with Iowa after the fact. But, I mean, champions get the prize. That's the whole idea. That's how you make kids practice and make them practice longer and faster and stronger. That's what you want them to do is win. And I'm not saying that you do it with no sportsmanship for sure, but, to the winner gets the booty, right?
What better lesson if you have them both there at the same time and you just treat the winners better?
Yeah, that's a Jack. Look, that is the most Jack response to anything. I know, invite him in, but make him feel bad about coming.
Exactly.
That's what you want to do. Really get into their psyche, make them feel bad.
They get the White House buffet, and the other team, you guys eat the, Cece's Pizza over there in the corner.
They're college girl athletes. Chances are everything's really smooth for them.
But them,
they get a bunch of dudes. Nobody picks on them.
Them feeling lesser than in that situation, I feel, is inevitable. They know that they lost.
Yeah.
They know that this is just kind of like a helpful gesture. If I was at LSU, now I'm kind of thinking about it. I would love for them to be there just so I can look at them again and go, you guys remember, right? You lost. You can imagine hitting the you can't see me right in front of Jill Biden, baby.
I wouldn't want them there to be able to tell them that. I would want just the champions. That's what it's there for. I mean, what if that's the only thing you were playing for? What if you really didn't even care about basketball? You just knew you could play. You just wanted to go to the White House.
Yeah, who does that?
Yeah, I know nobody does it. But anyway, I mean, what if it was? I mean, who knows?
They want the ring. They want the national championship. That's the real booty at the end.
You bet your ass it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
not
why she
the White House.
That's why
trip.
she kept pointing to it, though.
Yeah, it wasn't like she was, sign languaging going to the White House.
Yeah, but I mean, you would want to go. I mean, that would be cool just to say you went as a national champion.
And you still can.
And have that photograph and have it be an invite of the First Lady, not like an invite and then you can come too, Johnny, because we feel bad. Because you lost and it was national television. It was embarrassing.
I did
not as bad as the game last night. My God,
I didn't watch the women's national championship. I didn't watch any of the tournament. But sometimes I know this for a fact is that the losers, the finalists, have a better story, or you kind of get more invested in that one team that either shouldn't be there. There's a lot of heartbreaking, final stories. So maybe that's why they got the invite.
Man,
I don't know.
Can I tell you something? If I was on the losing team, I wouldn't want to go. Like, why would you want to go?
Not the same day as the champions. Because that would remind you of you lost.
You didn't earn it. You did not earn the trip, man.
That's why the losing team has to work the event.
Yes, now that's what I'm talking about, Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Really rub it in.
Could you guys clean off these plates?
Yeah, right now.
Someone texted us at 77031 and said that, what do you call it? Sprinkles are for winners.
That's
so no
right.
sprinkles. And then I completely lost my train of thought.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. But could you imagine Angel Reese sitting there and going, "Oh, Caitlin,
yeah,
I'm gonna need some more meatballs."
Yeah.
No, you could just bring the meatball tray over. That'd be great.
They did text. They texted that even the Iowa girl was like, "What?
Yeah.
Why'd you?"
Yeah. Nobody wants to go.
We don't want to go.
Nobody wants to go. They didn't earn it. That's most of those athletes like, no, I'm good. I didn't earn that. I wouldn't want to be there. I mean, you wouldn't want to be there, right? I mean, if you didn't earn something, you wouldn't want to be there. We'd feel out of place.
Yeah, I know. It would feel a little weird.
It would.
But if I won, I would not sit out because the other team got invited.
Oh, you wouldn't? You would go either way? If you were on the losing team, you'd still go?
If I was on the losing team, I would ask my best friend. I'd be like, are you going?
What if you're the only one that decided to go? Would you still go?
Now I'm doing it for the laugh.
Exactly. You have to. All right, 407-916-1041.
Twitter poll.
Oh, yeah, that's the Twitter poll right there. If you want to join in, Jim Colbert, or at Jim Colbert show on Twitter, and you can join in on our poll. We'll wrap those up at the end of the show. Back in a sec.
What happens when we're off the air? At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Taking another check on your ride along I-4. Westbound delays continue. Heavy, too, between 417 and 429. Eastbound especially heavy approaching State Road 536. And also still between Kirkman Road and the Turnpike. We're seeing stop-and-go traffic as well eastbound approaching 429. Authorities still working to clear crash south on Pine Hills Road at Colonial Drive. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print and Marketing Services help small business print big. Now get $15 off signs, banners, and posters when you spend $75 or more. Offer ends 4/15. Visit staples.com/printbig for details. This is your sign to try Staples, where prints are perfect, guaranteed.
You heard Jim mention it. It's our Twitter poll. It's up right now. You find it at Jim Colbert Show on Twitter. Also at Real Radio 1041. Follow both accounts. We'd like to talk about the poll at the end of the show. Today is brought to you by MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com. That's where you find Mike the Home Builder. That's where you find the guy who could put a new roof on your house, maybe new gutters with covers, maybe new windows, maybe a new door. Mike does it all. You find him at MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com. Roofs are popular. I see a lot going up on my block. I know I just did my roof a month ago with Mike, and he did a fantastic job. Great quality, great installation, great service, all at a fair price. Use someone local, someone you can trust. Go to myhomebuildersnetwork.com and reach out to Mike the Home Builder.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hi, Darcy the Cow here for Black Cow, the mature manure. It's time to start getting your flower and vegetable gardens off to a great start with Black Cow. Prepare new plant beds with a 1.5-inch layer of Black Cow in the area and then mix it in with the soil 6 inches deep. Black Cow is organic. Pick up the bright yellow bag and get growing.
Black Cow, the mature manure. Black Cow.
Speeding in work zones is not a vibe. But seriously, work zone speed limits are there for everyone's safety, including yours. Respect the cone zone by slowing down, putting away your phone, and giving workers a break. Because you know that driving safely is self-care. And we love that for you. And our roadway workers. We all deserve to make it home at the end of the day. Let's get everyone home safely, Florida. Brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $69 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
Book your appointment now.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Are you offended yet? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Soul Man in Orlando here. As far as mugshots go, I don't think they'll make you retake it if you smile, but I did read an article where it's not a good idea to smile in your mugshot, especially if you're going to go to trial with anything, and the jury sees that, because they say it tends to make the jury think that you're not remorseful, for the crime that you've committed, so it's more likely you'll be convicted.
Ah, the great Motley Crue. We do not play a lot of Crue on the show. God almighty, this may be the first song I've ever heard from Motley Crue as a rejoin.
No. Rare. It's been done. It's just been a little rare.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031.
Would you like more?
This is just Jack's playlist for his new car. That's what this is.
Fun is your 5 o'clock keyword, F-U-N. Go over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Fun. That is your 5 o'clock keyword. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is right there.
Fun.
Jack is here.
Hi there.
Ross is here.
Drink more water.
I should. You're right.
Our buddy Deputy Scott, who listens to the show all the time and texts us, which is very cool. He's a resource officer, and I guess tomorrow is National School Walkout Day, which he he says he hates because of the confusion it causes
and the chaos
and safety issues that go on. Did you have a skip day when you were in high school, Ross?
You know, I'm about to say something that you may or may not believe.
But there was a skip day, correct?
There was. If there was a skip day, I did not skip it because I never skipped.
You never skipped a day of school?
I never did.
You never cut school?
You remember when I said I have a terminal fear of getting arrested?
Yeah.
I just really have a terminal fear of getting in trouble.
In trouble of all.
I got in trouble once when I was young.
Yeah,
I felt that, and I don't want to ever experience this ever again.
Yeah, I got that snake bite, huh?
Yeah.
Did you ever skip school, Jack?
What's the vote?
Well, that's a good question. I say Jack is definitely a skipper.
Oh, yeah.
Because back in the day, he was a little bit of a Jersey thug, so I say definitely had to. Yeah. The answer is yes, Jack. You skipped.
We
never.
You're a liar.
Never.
Yeah, I never skipped.
I was a good kid.
I never skipped.
You're the only one.
What about you, POS? You skip?
Nah, man. I stayed in all my classes.
Yeah? How many times did you skip school?
Not that many because I was really bad at it. I used to get busted all the time, and I got rung up by my mom once. I mean, rung the F up by my mom. And after
Which
that,
is why I never did it.
After that, I had a cousin, I swear to God, he skipped like every other day. I don't even know how he graduated. I don't know if he did, actually.
The closest I ever got to skipping was that there was a protest happening between freshman, sophomore, and junior years, my senior year, because they were upset about the scheduling the next year that was announced.
Yeah, they were going to go to the White House?
Yeah. So they were upset over block scheduling or something. And all the seniors were like, well, if we protest, we're out of class. So then we protested the protest.
How do we have all these badasses on this show and not even one person, with the exception of yours truly, has skipped a class? Come on, guys.
No,
you got to go out and break a law today or something. What are you doing?
I broke some laws.
We're supposed to be edgy.
Yeah, laws. Yeah, we got that.
You want some edge?
You never broken a law at all?
My mom,
you're a speeder. My God, man, you've broken every traffic law there is known to man. You'll break every one of them on the way home.
Well, trying to follow you.
Yeah, Deb of Hazard.
I broke law. Let's see. This weekend, downtown Orlando, I actually crossed like in the middle of the block.
Stop it.
I did not go to the crosswalk.
You dirty dog.
My bad.
The show can't take a hit like that, Jack.
I mean,
you've never been in trouble, or
I got in trouble in middle school, and
it was really an accident.
No,
you had like an airsoft gun.
Yeah.
They should have just smacked you and said, "What are you doing?" and then sent you back home.
It's not an accident. I was aiming.
Oh, okay, that's bad. I was trying to help.
And also, an airsoft gun at that age for him is different than for you and I.
Right.
That was you could do anything back then.
Yeah.
But for that's the no tolerance zone.
And I went
You're in
to
Catholic school.
Yeah,
though.
exactly. It was
Impossible for
one
you.
building.
Impossible for you to skip.
So
your mother was smart.
Yeah.
She put
windows on all sides.
She put you in a Catholic prison.
No doubt.
So you couldn't do anything
with the convent still attached.
Yeah, sure.
I don't even know what that is.
That's where nuns
live. Right? Yeah.
Ugh.
The rectory is where the priests live, and the convent.
Do the nuns have bunk beds?
I don't.
3 high.
Oh yeah.
Where do they sleep?
I don't know, but Nun Bunker is a great punk band name.
Yeah.
And these were like old school nuns, so they had
the really nice ones.
No,
they beat the crap out of you.
Yeah, but they wore black wool from head to foot. You remember the flying nun, that kind of habit where you can only see their face?
Oh yeah,
huge rosary beads off their waist.
No, that's Sister Act. Flying Nun was Sally Field.
Sister Act got nuns in it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. 1 and 2, filled with nuns.
Mm-hmm.
So was my high school.
Oh, God.
Man, I've only met 1 or 2 nuns in my life, and let me tell you, they are horrifying. They should be way more like, nuns do not have the reputation of being like coddling souls. They're not there. Like, you would think a woman in the church would have like a reputation of being like a nurturer, somebody who's there to take care of you. Nuns are there for...
Not Sister Jacqueline. She started every remedial math class by reminding us how we were all stupid. And then asked if we had questions.
Really? Yeah, that's great. Remember, everybody, you're dumb. All right, turn to page 4. That's the one after 3 and before 5.
Do we still have nuns? And are they still mean?
Nuns.
We still have nuns.
Nuns are, they have to be mean, right? The whole idea is when you starve yourself of sex, you become
bitter.
An irrational religious monster is what happens. Dressed in black, ready to dish out ruler beatings at any given moment. I had a nun rack my knuckles with a ruler, the edge of it, not the flat part. She turned that thing sideways. I'm like, I get you. Uh-huh.
With the sharp edge.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I said that word. 6.
Yeah, can nuns...
nuns cannot have sex.
No,
they take a vow of chastity, and some of them take vows of silence as well.
And they can be kids with impunity.
And that's why they wear the veil. That's that part of their
habit.
Habit is the veil because they are considered brides of Christ.
Right.
That's why they wear wedding rings.
So they wear. Okay, all right.
They're married to Jesus, and you better be very careful there.
I respect nuns.
Yeah.
Do they masturbate?
Okay, buddy.
Ross.
Wow, come on, man.
We're not. Yeah, there's that line
It's
that you
Easter
just ran
week.
past. I know it's.
Buddy.
Is it that bad?
It's that you can't do that.
Yeah.
Would you say that? Would you ask that about the Pope?
I know he does.
Ross.
He has to.
Is he still in the hospital?
He doesn't, buddy. That's the whole idea of entering a religion at that level. You want that. You want to be managed. You want to live by those tenets.
No.
And not give in to the
sins of flesh.
Yeah,
that's the whole idea.
You're not giving in to the sins of flesh.
That's a sin.
It is considered
a sin.
That's a sin.
It's a sin, buddy.
I didn't read that commandment.
Spilling of the seed.
But what? That's not a commandment, though.
No, it's
right?
not a commandment.
See, he didn't even break the top 10 rules.
No, I didn't, but it doesn't matter.
You think the
it still
Pope
looked
doesn't?
poorly. He does not.
Oh, man.
He does not, buddy.
Hard disagree.
Yeah, that is a major, be very careful on that rice paper that you're walking on right now.
That cat's like 85 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Well, we know that there is a...
You got to take steps to do it.
There's a recurring issue with the male version of chastity in the Catholic Church.
Yeah,
we know for a fact.
He has the power of God. And a lot of, I would think, like some free time in that dope-ass building that
I
he lives
understand,
in.
but the whole idea of earning that position in life is that you don't do any of those things. But I mean, I don't know. Is the Pope considered sin-free by the Catholic Church?
No.
No one's
No one is
sin-free.
considered, especially a Catholic.
Well, the reason I ask is because he has the power to forgive sin.
Oh, so he can forgive himself but not touch himself?
He can. I mean, you got to remember, in the Catholic religion, you can pray to the Pope, and the Pope can make you do like the rosaries or the Hail Marys, and you are supposedly forgiven of that sin. Usually,
well, that would be confession. That's one of the sacraments that you're supposed to.
I understand, but in the Christian religion I'm a part of, only God Himself can forgive you of sins. You can't. No man on earth can do that.
I don't believe the Pope. Does the Pope have that?
I think the Pope does have that, right?
Like a receipt thing?
Like any priest, he can forgive sins.
Right.
But I don't think he is not without sin.
No.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
he would
there.
be the first person to tell you that.
So does
too.
the Pope go to confession?
Yes.
Oh, that's basically masturbating.
Well, okay, stop. So to the person he's confessing to, I mean, that must be. Is that the second guy? Is that the highest cardinal or bishop or whatever that is?
I think it could
whichever
be,
chess piece that
it would
is?
be any
it
priest.
Could be any priest.
Yeah,
any priest.
Yeah,
any
he doesn't-
priest.
Yeah. You got to remember, Francis as well is he's very austere. He didn't live like his predecessor. There's no red Gucci leather shoes.
Right, yeah,
There's no Vatican
He's a
apartment.
very humble man.
I think
Very
he
humble
lives
man.
like in the barracks with the other.
He does.
parties.
Yeah. Exactly. And one of his favorite Easter traditions is to wash the feet of prisoners.
Yep.
All right, I Googled it.
Oh, man.
You Googled what?
Your history
If
folder.
If the Pope does it. I'm getting some interesting results here.
What did ChatGPT say?
I can only imagine when you ask the internet that question, what the response is going to be.
I mean, how's this for a headline, though?
Listen, I'm asking you to be very, very careful. I'm being dead serious here, man. People take this stuff very seriously. They get very offended, and they will be turned off by the program if you get real nasty, and you've already stepped on that line.
It's just the headline, though.
I know, but I'm telling you to be very careful.
I'm just saying it's a point, I think, towards your guys' side of this argument, because there was a bishop who did that on a video call, and the Pope accepted his resignation. So they're on top of it.
Okay, yeah. There you go. That's fine to say, because you're right. You shouldn't do that. No priest.
He tubed it.
Let me.
Yeah, I know.
Let me go out on a plank here and say no priest should do that during a video call with somebody who's confessing.
Hot takes.
That's not even a hot take. Not even a tepid take. Can I tell you, that's the coldest take of all time.
Ice cold takes.
That's the most obvious take that's ever been taken.
Refrigerated takes.
I think you could actually put that through to your guidance counselor. You can apply that rule to, let's just say, any human being you're having a conversation with outside of OnlyFans, where it's almost expected.
Man, now I feel bad for the Pope.
Why do you feel bad for the Pope?
Don't. He entered into this
he
religious
chose his
order.
lifestyle. He wants this. This makes him happy. Like, not doing that makes him happy because he's completing his journey toward being more like Christ.
I guess.
You don't have that.
No, I
the
don't.
leather jacket tells us immediately you're not interested in that at all.
Yeah, and you don't pray to the Pope as well.
Yeah, I know that. I know you don't pray to the Pope.
I just don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big trade.
How did this get from us talking about skipping school to whether or not the Pope solos? How did that happen?
Pope solo? Oh, my God.
I have to change the show title now.
Is that a T-shirt with the Pope holding a solo cup?
Something.
And
Be nice to him.
And a lightsaber in the other hand?
The former keeper for the female soccer team was Hope Solo. So. And she's been holding many solo cups herself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she shared.
She's got a mean right hook.
Yeah. Hope Solo shared a lot online.
Yeah. She was caught up in the fappening.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, there are no secrets.
What?
Yeah. It's all there.
She had like a bunch of like nude photos.
Like really graphic nude photos leaked during the fappening when the whole breach happened of a lot of celebrity cell phones and stuff. She was one of them. And the pictures were egregious.
Really?
Oh yeah, they were pretty graphic. She was doing some poses and stuff that she was sending to another person. I don't know who it was, but whoever it was learned a lot that day about her anatomy and things.
So
maybe lunch.
If I'm a high-ranking Catholic religious leader,
okay, that would be the highest. Is it bishop?
Yeah, I'm
cardinal.
I'm a cardinal.
Cardinals are the second highest, right? It goes Pope, cardinals, bishops, priests, something like that.
Yeah. And I get that cool red.
I think that's a cardinal.
Yeah, that's the red one.
Yeah, the red smock, I believe.
It looks like I'm high ranking in the Sith Lords.
Yeah, it does.
You know?
It's
very
very
badass.
Very
that red one.
Very culty vibes.
So if I'm a bishop or a cardinal, I go ahead solo.
Yeah.
I have to go into a small box and tell another dude about it?
You do, yeah. To ask for forgiveness for doing that, for succumbing to the sins of the flesh. You have to do that.
And then you'll have to look them in the eye.
And then you have to look them in the eye. You're going to dap them. They're not going to go into that handshake day after.
No, yeah,
They're going to give that some time. Going to give them a couple shower sessions.
Exactly.
Before that full handshake comes into play.
I bet you that there's one bishop or cardinal that just always walks into the confessional booth and the guy is like, oh, God, Tommy again.
Yeah. There's one they don't want to tell anything to.
Right.
And I bet money once they're in there, they can't switch out. You have to change your confession until you get the one you want.
Tom, what are you
doing? I cheated
doing?
Monopoly. Tom's like, no, that's something else. No, that's it. Just cheated Monopoly. Didn't land on go for real. Was one short. Other Pope can't count. And then boom. Oh, and I did this too. What?
God, that is such a bummer. That's such a bummer. You go ahead. You might have a couple of glasses of wine, the blood of Christ.
Okay.
You know, hop on your smartphone.
Got to be careful, buddy. Again, you have to be careful. The Pope probably does not have a smartphone.
Really?
The Pope does not have a smartphone. The Pope would have no access to adult material at all. He would not give himself access to it. Again, you don't understand the levels that we're talking here, buddy.
Yeah.
Complete and utter commitment.
You guys better wish that I'm never going to be the Pope because, my God.
I got to tell you, buddy, I don't think I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
I'm going to save that wish for something else.
Not a worry.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Load them up for trivia. We'll do that next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by LASIK Plus.
The Yukon Huskies are your national champs. They dominated their way uniquely through the tournament, winning by an average of 20 points per game, fourth most since the mid-'80s. Their fifth title in 24 years under 3 different head coaches. It's time to consider the Huskies a true blue blood program in college hoops. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Do it. Take the first step towards LASIK and score a great deal at LASIK Plus today. Right now at LASIK Plus, get 20% off LASIK in April. That can be over $900 off when treating both eyes, plus guaranteed financing. Visit mylasicoffer.com for details.
Business owners, are you feeling the pressures of growing your business? It's tough out there to maintain momentum and still keep employees engaged. The good thing is, Insperity can help. They put 35 years of HR experience to work helping you with hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance the entire time, giving your employees competitive benefit options. When your people thrive, your business can adapt and prosper, and with Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Scalable HR benefits, employee benefits, HR technology, that's Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Orlando is lurking, ready to protect what's theirs. Because in this wild, it's survival of the fittest. Welcome to their jungle. This is your team. Experience more football. Experience XFL. Your Orlando Guardians close out the regular season at Camping World Stadium against the Arlington Renegades, Saturday, April 8th at 4 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Visit xfl.com/tickets.
People are winning every single day. Regular people are winning every day. Whether it's $500 or $50,000, anybody can win. Because when they win, I feel like I'm winning.
It's just a fun atmosphere. The pool, the spa, the gaming, the food, the shopping. I came one night, hit the double downs, had a couple of good runs, and won about $300,000.
Anybody could win at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Must be 21 to play slots or table games. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Some people don't do well under pressure. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we do it best. Whether you're spraying down the shop or getting the winter grime off your house, a Northern Tool pressure washer says you're serious about spring cleaning. From an all-electric power horse to a Honda-powered North Star, we'll help you build your perfect cold or hot water package with all the chemicals, attachments, and everything you need for the job ahead. Northern Tool and Equipment. We're made for this. Come see us in store or shop online at northerntool.com.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trendley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trendley Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number? Not me. Nope. Nuh-uh. Oh no. He's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Golden Voice presents Power Trip. Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica, Tool. You'll have pit tickets for the entire Power Trip weekend. VIP camping at the Safari Tent Campground. All thanks to Golden Voice. Register now to buy tickets at powertrip.live. On sale Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Enter for your chance to win now. iHeartRadio.com/powertrip.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Street went out the corner of my eye, I saw a pretty little thing approaching me.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. To call us, text us easily at 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Let's find out what's in the old sauce jar.
All aboard!
Chugga chugga.
Choo choo. Clickety clack, clickety clack.
I have a pair of tickets to see the Orlando Guardians versus the Arlington Renegades.
Coming off a gigantic win against the only undefeated team in the XFL.
What Jim just said is true. This game is going down Saturday, April 8th at Camping World Stadium. Game time is 4 p.m. Go watch some football in the City Beautiful, which is pretty dope to say. And that is your sauce jar, which is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Got a move coming up? Call them. They can handle it. Local, long distance, residential, or commercial. Make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show because that will get you a discount. Book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO. Moving.com. Quick clickety clack, back to you.
Thank you so much, Deborah. Ross, who goes first today, buddy?
Let's welcome Carrie.
Carrie right there on line 2. Carrie, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you guys?
Good. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Want to play a game?
All right, Carrie, this is very easy. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is a lie. If you can find that, bad one, that lie, I will send you to the Guardians game. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. On this day in 1850, that's 1850, the city of Los Angeles, California was incorporated on this day.
Wow.
Here are 3 fun facts about Los Angeles and 1 casting couch of a lie. Number 1, by 1930, Los Angeles produced 1/4 of the world's crude oil. Number 2, there are 11 miles of tunnels that run under L.A. Number 3, the average driver in Los Angeles spends 5 days a year in traffic. Or lastly, before it was known as a haven for the rich and famous, Beverly Hills was a livestock ranch. Which one of those is a lie?
I want to say the third one.
No, that's absolutely true. Every driver, the average driver in L.A., spends about 5 days a year in traffic when you total up the time.
California traffic is something special.
It's not even real.
Nope.
Let's welcome Matt number 2.
Matt 2 right there. Matt, how are you?
Doing well. How you guys doing?
Good, buddy. We're talking about Los Angeles, California. Which one of these is untrue? Number one, by 1930, L.A. produced 1/4 of the world's crude oil. Number two, there are about 11 miles of tunnels that run under L.A. Or lastly, before it was a haven for the rich and famous, Beverly Hills was a livestock ranch.
Let's go with the tunnels.
No, that's true. 11 miles of tunnels are running all under Los Angeles. Who's next, buddy?
Let's welcome Patrick.
Patrick right there. Pat, how you doing?
Hey, SpongeBob.
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Buddy, good. Get a 50-50 shot here going to the Orlando Guardians game on us. We're talking about L.A. Which one of these is untrue? By 1930, Los Angeles produced 1/4 of the world's crude oil. Or lastly, before it was a haven for the rich and famous, Beverly Hills was a livestock ranch.
Let's go with the crude oil one.
No, that's true as well.
You're
100%
kidding.
true. There are still working oil derricks in Los Angeles. I read today that Beverly Hills High School actually makes $300,000 a year from an oil derrick that's not far from it because of a land lease they've had for years.
Wow.
Well, you get the tar pits and everything like that. So I mean, it's there. Who goes last here?
Let's welcome Matt, number one.
Matt, what's going on?
What's going on, buddy?
Buddy, you got a good situation here because you are the last contestant. Is this true or not? Before it was a haven for the rich and famous, Beverly Hills was a livestock ranch.
That is false. And I'll tell you what, Jim, you threw me through a loop because when you called the first Matt, or what I thought was the first Matt, I thought that was me.
Oh, and you were answering questions into the phone that wasn't talking to you?
I was talking to myself, basically.
Well, you know what? It worked out, buddy. You won. You're a winner. Enjoy the game. Hope you have a good time. No, that's not true. But what do you think Beverly Hills was before it was Beverly Hills? Because it was something.
Something Hills?
And it was kind of in this world. I kind of made it up like that.
So not livestock. Carnival.
Corn.
No, it was a lima bean farm.
Oh, wow.
The land that currently is Beverly Hills back in the day was a lima bean farm. Of course, you guys know California, I think, is our largest farming state and produces a ton of stuff, not only for us, for export as well. A few other things you may not know about L.A. before we get over to Raw's thoughts. Los Angeles only became the movie-making capital of the world because of what? There is a specific incident that made L.A. L.A., and it's unbelievable what it is. And I'll tell you this. I'll give you this hint. It includes one of the greatest minds the U.S. has ever produced.
Orson Welles.
Nope.
Never mind.
This mind was not a filmmaker. This mind was
Charlie
an inventor.
Chaplin. Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison is the answer. L.A. became the movie capital making of the world because filmmakers had to flee the East Coast to avoid Thomas Edison's patents on the making of film. So they moved to the West Coast because West Coast judges weren't really familiar with Edison and all his patents that would keep you from making certain things because he had the patent on that process. So when they moved to the West Coast, the judges didn't really care about that much and it never got litigated. And the West Coast became the movie making capital of the world. It should be New Jersey.
Wow.
The movie-making capital of the world should be New Jersey. If it wasn't for Thomas Edison, Jersey would be L.A. That's a true story. Here's another couple things. The Santa Monica Pier Ferris wheel is the only Ferris wheel in the world that is solar-powered.
Whoa.
Yep, it's the only one.
That thing's got to move kind of slow, though.
Yep, the first and only solar-powered Ferris wheel in the world.
You're at the top and it starts to rain. Uh-oh.
LA has the highest concentration of this kind of business in the U.S. Nobody has more of this kind of business than in Los Angeles.
Bail bonds.
No.
Pornography.
No.
I mean, I got to be right, though.
It's a certain thing about the business, not the business itself.
Agents.
In other words, not a sewing business or anything like that. It's a specific. I mean, it's going to be hard. Women owned. LA has more female owned businesses than any other city in America.
Oh, wow.
That's true. And then lastly here, all of the palm trees that you see in LA during those very famous shots of Beverly Hills, those are not native to Los Angeles. And from what I read today, their lifespan is almost up, and the city of LA is not going to replace them with other palm trees. So when those palm trees die, the landscape of LA is going to look considerably different because you're not going to have those palm-lined streets and all the things you see in the movies and TV shows that we've been accustomed to seeing for LA for so many years.
That'll be a different look.
Interesting, by the way.
That is interesting.
They shipped them in or something?
Yeah,
Right?
they just brought them over there again. I mean, it was supposed to be the East Coast, right? I mean, not that there's palm trees in Jersey. I don't know that there are or aren't. I don't think there are.
Jack?
No.
Yeah, none of those. Thoughts?
Yes, I'm very.
Am I bothering you with that?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
I am very excited.
Come on, buddy.
About today's Ross Thoughts.
How's that?
Because today's Ross Thoughts is me asking for permission for future Ross Thoughts that I would need your permission to do.
Whose permission?
Everyone's.
Oh, no.
Well, that was pretty convoluted, buddy. Could you roll through that one more time and let me explain it?
I've always had some Ross Thoughts ideas that I'm like, that's a banger. I don't know if they're down with that, though.
Okay, so what you're saying is...
I am going to ask.
You're looking for clearance for some ideas.
Yes.
And you just want some clearance to make sure that we're cool with it all.
Yes.
Got no problem with that at all. We'll do that next.
Look at that. I'm asking for consent.
Okay, that's different.
That's a weird way of wording. Yeah.
It's way different.
Can we dump that?
No.
Wow.
Jack.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Authorities working to clear an accident westbound on Sand Lake Road approaching Kirkman Road, taking up the left lane. It's also really heavy westbound on Sand Lake Road. It's at a standstill approaching I-4. I-4 is still very heavy westbound between 417 and 429. If you're heading in the eastbound direction, expect heavy delays approaching State Road 536 and also approaching 429. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World Jobs.
We're hiring. Come be a part of the magic at Walt Disney World Resort. Discover full-time and part-time roles, including creative costuming, culinary, lifeguard, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs. That's waltdisneyworld.jobs.
Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex is a top 10 TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice Award winner year after year. The only place you can experience the excitement of thundering rocket launches up close and see the spacecraft that are blazing the trail for tomorrow's discoveries. And even better, you can take advantage of a brand new ticket deal, a 2-day ticket offer costing less than $45 per day, and even better, offering you maximum flexibility for the entire family. Again, it's the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, an awesome spot, and the only place you can experience the excitement of thundering rocket launches up close. Explore more and grab your tickets today at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you'll have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. But there is a catch, because there's always a catch. Right. If you get a call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
What's the Anajar Levine difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most, getting better. I'm Glenn Levine with Anajar Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation, 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you, do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $69 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
Book your appointment now.
There's a place where spring break is even spring breakier.
Dave & Buster's.
Where there aren't just nachos, there's lasers too.
Dave & Buster's.
And not just jet skis, but jet ski racing games, space games, action games, and even virtual reality.
Dave & Buster's.
And in this reality, it's the spring breakiest. Let your spring break loose at Dave & Buster's.
Paid for by government.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $20 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 50 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-495-6468 and you are guaranteed a $20 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-495-6468. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $75 value free with every order. Call 1-800-495-6468 now to secure your $20 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-495-6468.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money, M-O-N-E-Y, money. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah, we like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. We appreciate that greatly as it warms up here in Central Florida. Starting to feel good in the mornings now. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
A little humidity in the air. Man, it's nice.
We could use some rain.
That's right, we could. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Let's get some Ross thoughts.
It's weird.
So good.
It's funny.
Zeppelin?
Oh, that
Sometimes.
song. Yeah.
It's Ross.
So good.
Spelled like sauce.
Shoot the cat.
It's Ross Thoughts.
Ross Thoughts is brought to you by Persimmon Hollow Brewing
How about
Company.
that?
Man, it
How
feels
about
so
that?
cool to know that they're on board with what we're throwing down.
We're so down for it. We
They
love
make
them.
delicious beer. We'll talk a little bit more about them in a moment's time. But first, I have to ask you guys. So, whenever I wake up, right, I'm like, all right, we always have like a small list of Ross thoughts that we could do. We could do a friendship test. We could do uncomfortable questions. We can do Monday Lounge. There's so many things that we have revisited. Do you guys remember when we went down to the basement?
Oh, that was still one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Did we ever go back?
We haven't. I don't know. I'll see you tomorrow, though. Ooh, foreshadow in the biz right there. So, I also have a list, a small list of some other things that I'm like, I would love to do this on the Jim Colbert Show. I would love to do this for Ross Thoughts. But out of respect for yourselves, I have always been like, I need to ask them.
Okay. I am getting a terrible vibe.
You're good. You're good. First thing, I'm asking for permission. All right. I think it makes for good show, a good radio show, if I hire a mariachi band unannounced.
To do what?
Mariachi.
To play during the show?
Yeah.
Or during your bit.
Random point of the show. I am asking for permission to spend like $300 to $400 or however much a damn mariachi band costs.
So that any given moment, you can call them in here to start playing while we're doing the program.
Yes.
I will veto that. That's not a good idea for the show.
Deb, you're pro mariachi, right?
Well, I mean, it's the Jim Colbert Show.
Yeah, but right now, it's a Deborah Roberts question. Are you down?
Jim takes off sometimes. So I think he's looking to see if he could get 2 out of 3 votes for these ideas that he really likes.
We're going to change those rules too, by the way.
Mariachi band, they come in with some sick-ass serapes. And then they just
Is that food? Is a serape food?
Serape is not food.
Okay, well,
There's an article
then
of-
I'm still against it. If they brought in food.
But what about a banging horn? Listen to this. Can you imagine
By the way,
if they just busted down that door, you almost shoot them.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened too.
And then they just roar a mariachi band for like 5 minutes and then they leave.
Here's the misconception by me saying that I don't like mariachi bands. I love mariachi bands. Matter of fact, can I tell you? There are fewer things better to get drunk to than these
Yes.
sounds.
Yes.
This sound makes you want to drink.
Yeah.
Tequila.
Okay, all right.
They're probably also eating good Mexican food, too.
During the day. So let me amend that.
All right.
Let me. You know what? I will switch that from an auto no to a maybe.
Deb, you're a concrete yes. Jack.
No. Hold on. Deb isn't a concrete yes. She did not answer per se.
I heard her look at me and say,
"That's racist."
I'm
by the
giving
way,
you a concrete yes.
It's racist because she's got a little darker skin. You automatically thought that she was going to like this music.
Ross,
that's racism.
Ross, you're
do
on
that.
fire today, man.
Come on, buddy. Don't get canceled.
First, it's Pope Solo, then this.
All right. First of all, I don't understand why Deb said I'm on fire. That sounded like a compliment.
She's muy caliente.
Okay, but
Ross,
that's not me.
You're pointing it out.
What I'm trying to say, Jack, can I get permission?
No.
To send up? Why not? You guys are anti-mariachi fun.
I just told you I switched it to a maybe. Now Bradshaw's your problem.
We have mariachi and it's playing for free. Why do you got to spend the money
It's
and
his
have more
money.
people in here? And then we got to get permission to have them in.
That's
and then
what
they
I'm
got to be
doing.
in that studio and it makes noise and they're banging things.
Oh, yeah. It's going to really piss off Larry. That's why I'm kind of going for it.
Wait. You didn't mention that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Larry's the one we'd have to worry about.
Oh, Larry and old Steve.
Yeah. All right, so
Old stepdad Steve.
I'm going to pen in a yes to the next 2 to 3, year to 3 years. I could feasibly bring in a mariachi band.
You may want to make that pencil.
Can we with food?
Yeah, it's got to be with food.
With food.
Okay, so
they have to come in conjunction with a restaurant.
At least nachos.
And on a Friday, no other day.
Nice.
But
Cinco de Mayo. Boom.
Any point during a Friday?
Any point.
Let's go, baby. Oh man, you
Except
guys are gonna be living in mariachi paranoia at any moment. A 3-piece band with a horn and a cool sombrero is gonna jump out.
Oh, does the sombrero have chips? Oh,
That's
dude.
a hat. Both things.
I know, but if you put the sombrero chips in the hat and they come in and play and I can eat chips and queso,
All right,
Is that
another
disrespectful? My bad.
another Ross possibly no one knows anymore.
right, you're right.
We're just winging it when no one knows the rules.
I guess I'll find out if it was bad if my stuff's in a box outside the door when I leave tonight.
All right, another Ross Thoughts idea that I always wanted to do. It's kind of silly, but I just found out.
I started living the music. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just found out that the longest game of Monopoly ever played is 1,680 hours. That's 70 days.
Ugh.
Guys, we could smash that record for Monopoly.
How do you figure?
At the start of every show or at the end of the show,
we make one move.
One of us does one move and we find out what it is. And then we get the Guinness World Record, and they'll be like, well, you need proof. I'll be like, oh, check the tapes, dude. Jim Colbert Live.
I think
run
it has,
the podcast.
Does it have to be continuous? Like, do they have to sit? There's no way they sat at a board for 70 days. No way.
Exactly.
Nobody's that big of a loser.
So then we could have the longest Monopoly game of all time.
I'm not against that.
Oh,
I mean, it's not the thing. Again, these things they're not taking away from the program. They're not really adding to the program.
All right.
No, but I would like to recommend that we each get to go once a day.
Right.
It's easier to remember and set out whose day is it and stuff.
Yeah, and real quick, I'm the car.
Oh, come on.
I get the car.
I'll be the Scotty.
I'm the wheelbarrow.
Top hat. We all good.
Oh, yeah, we're all good.
Look
then.
at us.
Let's go.
I like the top hat. Looks like a tiny, and also, isn't there a thimble?
Yeah,
There
is a
used to be,
thimble.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And an iron.
what'd the thimble do? The thimble got canceled?
Wasn't there a skate at once as well?
Yeah, it was a Harsh Views? What the hell?
I think
What'd the thimble do?
the thimble's for sewing.
Yeah, I understand that, but why was the
I thought the
thimble
thimble-
ousted? Nonetheless, this is also another Ross Thoughts that I've been wanting to do.
Yeah.
Jim, big favor on you. Deb, Jack, this isn't on us.
Good.
Jim, first step, we blindfold you.
Okay. Immediate no.
Come on.
But I'm not done.
Okay.
All right, we blindfold you.
Immediate no.
Hear me out.
Okay.
We want people, all
Okay,
of our
I'm listening.
listeners, we want our listeners to know that you are one of them.
Okay.
So we
I'm
blindfold
listening.
you.
Okay, immediate no.
And then we give you gas station food.
Well, that's a good time right there.
And then you have to figure it out what it is.
You blindfold me.
Yes.
And then you feed me food from a gas station?
Yeah, like
Yes.
taquitos and whatnot.
And if I figure it out, do I get points?
Yeah.
Plus the food?
Plus the
Yes.
food. And we're not even I'm not gonna give you like, oh, here's a shoelace on a spoon, and then you eat a shoelace. I'm not gonna take advantage of you like that. I'm talking like cereal bars, anything from a gas station, we
It's-
can put
so
in your mouth.
It's something that they consider edible.
See,
And that goes
see-
in his mouth.
See, it's when that happens that you
What?
lose me. Was I all about eating some canned boiled peanuts and possibly a Red Hot? Sure. But then when you say it like that, I don't want to do anything for you because then I think you're goofing on me, and I'm here to make a good radio show without embarrassing everybody on the program. You would never do that to me, right?
I would never. Listen. If I got you blindfolded, I'm not losing that opportunity. I'm still giving you like gas station foods to see if you can decipher it.
And I only have two that I will not eat 1,000%.
Uh-oh.
I will not eat the pickled eggs, and I will not eat the pickled pig's feet.
Done.
And I know they're hard to find anymore, but I'm not eating any of that.
But everything else is good?
Well, within reason.
Well, you're 3 for 3, man.
Yeah, listen.
I love you. You guys know me. I like weird.
Next-
I like out of the box stuff. That
So-
mariachi
but-
band. Hey, what if the mariachi band feeds me the stuff?
Yeah, check this out. I think this is what the segment is next week. We're going to have a mariachi band blindfold Jim as they shove Slim Jims into Jim's mouth, all while buying Park Place.
Oh, I love Park Place.
I love Slim Jims.
Are you a Slim Jim guy?
I don't mind a Slim Jim. It's I eat about a 2 bites of one a year just to remind myself
Why you don't eat them any more
how
often than
deadly-
not?
How deadly they are. Because when you eat them, that's what your veins look like.
Nothing like that mechanically separated chicken.
Yeah.
So
Is that
we-
organic?
So we get to
Were the machines organic?
This is going to be awesome, guys. We're going to blindfold them.
You should don't be that excited about it.
What?
Yeah, because when you get excited about it, I think you're goofing, and I want to legit try to win. I want you to give me something that I have to eat and I want to win.
And I think it has to be like on a spoon, because if you hold it, then you might be able to tell what it is off of the touch.
Or you can put it on, or you can put it on a toothpick.
Yes.
Yeah, just cut apart and cut a piece and then stick it on a toothpick and give it to me.
And then we'll test your, cheap food knowledge. Because I don't know if...
I still feel very shaky about this.
You have a wonderful palate, or whatever you call it.
It's called a palate.
Yeah, you have a good palate.
Okay.
But I think you forgot, where it's at.
In other words, I've kind of outgrown my...
Yeah. Well, when was the last time you had some hot dogs and mac and cheese?
Yeah, buddy, I haven't eaten from the old roller grill in a while.
Yeah.
The only thing I get at the convenience stores for food anymore is like snacks we hear, like nuts and, nerds and stuff like that, gummy bears.
Funyuns.
And I'll tell you straight up.
Oh, God almighty.
We're going to blindfold you. We're going to give you cheap people food. And then what we're going to do is give you something to wash it down with. And guess what that's going to be? A damn Persimmon Hollow beer.
Yay!
I cannot tell you guys.
Playa.
And I just found out that they're coming in Friday. I am so excited.
They're coming in this Friday?
They're coming in this Friday. This is going to be so dope.
I already love this relationship.
Guys, Ross Thoughts is brought to you by Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company. So if you're wondering why is Jim blindfolded, it's because of Persimmon Hollow Brewing. Straight up, they make great beer. I'll be honest with you, they make my favorite beer right now, which is their Blood Orange Wheat. That is a must try. Andy and Robbie, the minds behind Persimmon Hollow Brewing, they're just passionate about the beer that they brew. You can really taste how much they give a damn about what they're making. Visit Persimmon Hollow. You will not regret it. They have 5 locations. You can enjoy passionately crafted beers. Enjoy a Persimmon Hollow beer. Drink sensibly, but get weird. PersimmonHollowBrewing.com. Man, what a slogan. Drink sensibly, but get weird. That's my type of brewery right there.
Exactly.
Those are your Ross Thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
We're getting a mariachi band! Yes! What? No!
Get him, Jim.
You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show.
Who buzzed this mariachi, Jack?
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
We're still looking at stop traffic westbound on I-4 between Osceola Parkway down to 429. It's also heavy between the Beach Line and Central Florida Parkway, as well as eastbound between State Roads 536 and 535. If you're traveling heading south on U.S. Highway 27, watch for a crash approaching the Turnpike, taking up the left lane. Another north on the Turnpike, approaching 50, taking up the left lane. See traffic problems? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If April is showering your company with open job positions, check out Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job today and get hiring by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Man, no question, inflation running high. Nobody really knows when it's going to level out. That's why you have to buy your windows and doors at FAS right now and lock in your price. They have the largest window and door showroom in Central Florida, 38 unique windows ready for you to operate and pick out your faves. They're all built with impact-resistant glass to give you security, noise reduction, and maximum efficiency. Plus, they have a full selection of hurricane windows and doors. All estimates are always free at FAS, and they always give you tons of options, which is awesome. All products have a lifetime warranty, and right now, you can receive rebates of $55 per window and $95 per door. No money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months is available for a limited time. The showroom's super easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4. Slide in, pick out your windows. Your house will be super happy. So will you. It'll feel better. Your AC will work less, which makes it last longer, and your power bill will drop as well. It's FASWD.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Hi, I'm Octavia Clausman. My dad is attorney Glenn Clausman, who helps people with their injury claims. My dad really cares about people. His clients have his cell number so they can call him anytime. At home, at night, I see him working on their files. He talks about how his clients' injuries have affected them and how he tries to help. He really cares. If you have an injury claim, you should call my dad, Glenn Clausman. Call 407-917-1718. He'll give you his cell number. Glenn Clausman at KLAUSMANlaw.com. Office, Winter Park.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Bali, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be.
Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Kalos Services will be holding a job fair in Claremont on Saturday, April 8th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Learn about opportunities in the construction services industry. To register, please visit kalosflorida.com/jobs or text or call 352-243-7099.
Backup systems. We depend on them. Even your household budget has one. And Scott Cash Advance. Up to $500 fast with no credit check. Many locations open 24/7. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Scott. As a parent, you're probably unsure what college will look like for your child in the future. Rest assured, Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. There's no way to know what type of higher education your child will pursue years from now. But whether it's a 2-year state college, 4-year university, trade, or technical school, in-state or out, our flexible 529 prepaid plans will help you pay for it, so you can plan on giving your child the best future possible. Open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
Baby boomers and retirees, stop losing your retirement. The IRS will take substantial dollars from your retirement savings unless you take control of your retirement dollars. You can gain retirement tax protection from national talk show wealth strategist and best-selling author Chuck Oliver of The Hidden Wealth Solution. He'll give you a head start to be retirement tax and recession smart. Learn solutions with a track record of measurable results to save thousands in unnecessary taxes and gain retirement recession protection. Visit retirementprotected.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Bali, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be.
Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show, already in progress.
Hello, I work in a local dog grooming establishment. A few weeks ago, a small dog with a grey goatee wearing a bandana upon which were written the words Ron DeSantis' dog, D-A-W-G, I happened to mention to her that I voted for Joe Biden. She then poked me in the eye with her paw, the little bitch, and I poked her back. I'm so sorry. I was just angry. I'm sorry.
It's okay, buddy. But you are going to have to pay.
That was high AF.
I'll turn this up. Man, oh man. Man, oh man.
You want me to play the other song that you will definitely be familiar with?
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Please do that.
Who is it?
Your 6 o'clock keyword is money, M-O-N-E-Y. Go to realradio.fm and send it away for your chance at $1,000. Money is your 6 o'clock keyword. Oh, yeah, okay, there you go.
The band is Blur.
Blur. You know, there was another, who does the, Gorillaz? So I saw, because the guy, Gorillaz, is the same guy, right? Blur, the lead singer of Blur, is the same guy from the Gorillaz?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I think that's the case. Look that up for me to double check that. I think the lead singer of Blur is also the guy who started Gorillaz, which is the animated rap kind of thing or whatever that came out years and years ago. Was it 10, 12 years ago that the Gorillaz hit? Something like that, guys?
I think it's longer than that.
And maybe back in the 90s?
Yeah.
Really? Either way, if you play that song, Jack, do you have any Gorillaz in there real quick? Yeah, play
You
this
are correct.
Okay, so the lead singer of Blur is the lead guy from the Gorillaz.
Damon Albarn.
There you go.
English
Now-
Icelandic musician.
Is this... What else do you have from Gorillaz?
I got it here.
You have Clint Eastwood?
Yeah, this is Clint
remix.
Eastwood. This is just a remix of it. Let me
hear this. Listen to this. Boom, bum, bum, boom. Do you know what that is? That beat? I just saw a thing on TikTok about this. When you order this particular beat sequencer, it has presets. This beat is preset 1. In other words, he made a song that made tons of money and really drew this band into reality. And the song is made off of a beat that came with the thing to teach you how to make beats. And he played it, and it goes boom, bum, bum, boom, bum, boom, bum, bum. And then he starts rapping over it. I'm like, wow, that's the song. He goes, that's exactly how fast that came together. Wow. Unbelievable. All right, 407-916-1041. England is about to ban something that the U.S. has thought about banning for a while. And I want to talk about this for a second because I know that people do this, and they use these for this. But for the life of me, I do not get it. They're bad for us, or they're bad for our environment, and they cause a thing called a berg.
flushable wipes.
Unflushable wipes. That's the problem.
Yeah,
they're not flushable.
Well, now, I mean, this has always been a question I've had. Why are they allowed to say on their packaging that they're plumber tested and approved?
But they're not. Matter of fact, it says the ban on plastic-based wipes, which is the wet wipe that you know, that's very durable, that you can wipe over and over and over again. Everybody knows what we're talking about, right? Causes what percentage of all sewage blockages in the UK?
68%.
Wow.
I'll go 77.
Oh, and I'll shoot the gap.
Oh, you are going to shoot that gap.
73.
93%.
Oh, my gosh.
Wet wipes flushed down the toilets cause 93% of sewage blockages, including so-called fatbergs, costing $100 million a year to Water UK, which represents the water and sewage industry for the UK.
We pay for them twice. We pay for them in the store, and then you pay for them when your sewage ends up having to be pumped out.
Well, not to mention, they don't break down. About 90% of the wipes contain plastic in 2021. They're trying to get that out of there, which, of course, creates the durability they're famous for.
When I had the plumbing backup when I had a root skit in my line, and they had to run the new sewer line out to the sewer, and the plumber, we were talking about flushable wipes. He goes, never, ever use them. Yeah.
Toilet paper. And by the way, have you ever heard of people that use these to actually wipe with?
Yes.
That they're not throwing these in the toilet after they clean a surface with them. They're using these that have cleaner. They have household cleaners in them, and they use them to clean their backside with after they go to the bathroom, and then flush them down the toilet.
That's not good for you.
And they swear by it, too.
And they swear by it.
Well, wait. They have a product.
Toilet paper designed to dissolve for that very purpose, by the way.
But they have flushable wipes that are meant for that purpose, although it's bad for the plumbing.
But
you're saying they're using like countertop wipes?
Yeah, like the countertop wipes, like the
Lysol wipes,
like the baby. You're not even supposed to flush the baby wipes.
No,
those are supposed to go in the trash.
Yeah. No,
And
there's only 3 things that's supposed to go in a toilet, and number 1, number 2, and toilet paper.
And
that's it. It drives me crazy have you ever seen someone treat their toilet bowl like a garbage can?
Unbelievable, man.
Q-tips.
No Q-tips.
Q-tips. That's
They build up the dam.
Yeah, exactly.
My son did that and almost cost us thousands of dollars because he was using Q-tips, and exactly like Jack said, they get sideways in your sewage and basically create a dam, and then everything builds up behind him. And and he would use the plastic ones. They were unbelievably strong.
Oh.
The most uncomfortable part about going to Costa Rica, which was a lovely trip. Highly recommend. Would love to go back again.
Don't do it now, though. They're shooting people like crazy over there.
In Costa Rica?
Yes, buddy. They got a problem.
Wow.
Really? Yes.
They don't even have an army that
There's a
place.
massive problem. We're about to go on a cruise to Mexico, and I don't think I'm telling you straight up, we had planned some stuff in Cozumel. Not 100 on that now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So in Costa Rica, Pura Vida, when you go to the bathroom, there is a garbage can in every bathroom.
Yep.
And that's where your toilet paper goes. And man, that's weird.
I have to do the same thing when I go to the island to visit my family.
I guess most places will have a garbage can with a lid, which is nice. Not everyone does.
I had a friend whose toilet system this is back home, that's toilet system could not handle toilet paper, and you had to do your thing and then put it in the side trash can in their bathroom, and it stayed in there.
Yep.
They moved to trash bags after the fact, where you put it in that and then tied it up and then put that in there. But yeah, that was a true thing.
Nothing else goes in the toilet?
You're not supposed to put anything else, buddy.
Yeah,
well, tampons.
No,
definitely not.
I thought it was just pads you couldn't flush. I thought you could flush tampons.
No, I used to think that too. And then had a plumber say, no, definitely do not flush those.
Oh, what about like ash?
You mean like you're ashing your cigarette or a bowl into the toilet?
Yeah, what about ash?
I mean, I don't think it's going to kill you putting ash in there. But but what Deb is saying is, you want to take a gallon of water to flush some ash down when you could just dump it in your backyard?
That's 3 gallons of water you're wasting.
Yeah.
Wasting.
You
guys got it all flipped.
If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
And that's what I do. I just go ahead and ash. I don't flush.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you go to certain places that have, like, if you go to anywhere near the water or anything like that where they have real sketchy sewer systems, that paper that you get is, man, it's like cruise ship toilet paper.
I've got a friend who clips his toenails into the toilet. Is that good?
That's fine.
Okay. Well.
I mean, you don't flush them there. I mean, you clip them and they can rest at the bottom until you do something.
But you're
and
saying
then flush
when they are flush, it should not present a problem.
No.
Yeah, all right, cool. Good for my friend.
I did mine today, but it's kind of weird. I always go outside to do it.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
I'm the worst. I sit in my chair and do it, and then I try to find them all, and sometimes I don't.
Nope.
And then we have a girl that comes in and cleans the house like every few weeks or so. She finds them for me.
Oh, great.
She puts them up back on the desk.
Well, she's keeping them, and she's making a little sculpture of me out of them. It's going to be really neat.
No, don't do that. It'll have voodoo qualities.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
She'll be able to control you and cause you pain.
But I mean, she got the color right, though, right? Nailed the pigment.
Don't say nail. All right, 407-916-1041.
Now, someone just texted that hotel toilet paper is super thin. It's because it clogs their system. It's not because they're cheap. I've always wondered that.
It has nothing to do with expense. It is the fact that the toilet paper, if you give you that real, we use that fluffy toilet paper, and And it's the absolute best, but you have to be careful how much of it you use because it will clog your toilet. Just regularly it will.
You could cut down on a lot of that toilet paper.
There we go.
If you installed the bidet I gave you 3 years ago.
I know, buddy.
T.A. McGee, ladies and gentlemen.
I still have it, too. And I just had to move it the other day to get something else I don't use.
Was it the gratitude journal?
Well, why don't you use the bidet?
Was it the hot sauce kit?
Let's get to the bottom of this.
Don't say it like that. It's not like a pun.
No, it's not like that.
Oh,
No.
tell her the pun. I love it.
It wasn't a pun. It
was
was.
a pun.
I love my bidet.
You use it every day.
Every day. And it's weird. If I have to go to the bathroom somewhere else, it's kind of like so primitive.
Oh, my God.
Look
Now
at
you
this
think
guy
you're
here.
better than
This
us?
guy's got a
Yeah. Well,
this guy's got a plastic bidet, and all of a sudden he's Napoleon.
Yeah, right? Just because you super soak that doesn't mean you're better.
and you haven't figured out the hot water yet, right?
No, you don't need hot. You don't
The
want hot
hell?
water. 2 days.
Hold on, buddy.
You don't need
can't,
it.
You can't make a declarative statement like that. You can't say, hey, if you have a choice of ice cold water sprayed in your bung, or let's say body temp water, which would you take? Well, Jack, it's 100% body temp water.
Hey, Charlie, we're closing in on 3 years here that I've been using this thing with this jet of water. There's only been like 3 days it's been cold where I was like, oh.
Well, would you use one?
Yes.
If I installed this in your toilet that Jack gave me as a re-gift, you would use it.
Yours?
Yes. I haven't used
He's
it.
never used it.
I've never used it. It's never seen my booty.
That's so weird.
It's not weird.
It's weird that you're so anti-bidet.
It's so weird that you won't accept this gift from me and let me install it so you can be a bidet guy. You and Jack are bidet buddies.
Oh, I'm fine with becoming a bidet guy. I have questions that I need answers.
Well, I mean, there's no question. It squirts some water up there and knocks it all down. I think there are a number of countries that do this as a norm. I mean,
use a lot less toilet paper because
Yeah.
really you're just drying yourself at that point.
Yeah.
See, I just don't know. My question is that I don't know if I'll like it. I don't know if it's going to be an enjoyable thing. I don't know if it's like a drunk-only thing.
Can it get all the way up there?
Yeah, I'm also kind of tall.
Yeah, I mean, do you have to really kind of get that thing?
All right, so
you have to get that thing.
It's pretty cleverly aimed, but when you sit on it, it's pretty much
on it.
Well, no. Well, you're sitting on the toilet seat.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oof.
And then you fire up. Sometimes you have to
damn.
move, just like a.
Is it a one
little
cheek
bit.
sneak?
It's like a.
You have to find it?
Yeah, well, sometimes. Yeah.
It's kind of like when you're on the space shuttle and you got to line that bad boy up before you let it go.
It's kind of okay. Imagine yourself playing skee ball.
Exactly.
You are automatically hitting. You're not in the 5 to 10, the 20 ring. You're automatically hitting in the 30 ring, 40, but you're trying to get that 50.
Yeah. I think you nailed that, Jack. You should relate things to skee ball way more.
See how many tickets I get every time I.
What would
go?
would your Palaka friends just judge you if you went bidet?
I'm not going to open. That's not
Not
going
a
to be
conversation starter?
That's not going to be like, hey man.
Oh,
you
my God.
You got any snuff? Yeah, let me get a rub there real quick. Hey man, I don't know if you're going to know this. I don't wipe anymore. Hey, you don't say. What'd you find out there? Well, installed myself a bidet in my house. What's that? Well, it's just a little machine that squirts this little thing of water right in that area and cleans me right up. Oh, you're gay. That's exactly what it would be.
Yeah,
They would be like, oh, we didn't know you're gay.
Oh, that's cool.
High five.
Yeah, that's cool.
Want a slap fight?
Don't tell my parents, but
Exactly. That's the reception it would pretty much get, huh?
You got a bidet? Don't tell Dad.
You can't have a bidet. Right. Yeah. You can't own a bidet when in a town where the number one thing they make is toilet paper.
Oh yeah.
They have a tissue plant there that makes toilet paper. It's hard to do that.
It's a hard sell.
Hard to sell bidets to Georgia Pacific employees.
And I also need to find people that are like me. I've always been very close to the chest about this.
About what?
Myself and toilet paper.
So what's the big deal with the toilet paper?
You like the fluffy stuff, right?
Yeah,
You're probably like a Charmin.
You watch your mouth for a second, buddy. Just watch your mouth. That's like saying somebody smokes Winston's if they're Marlboro men. We're Cottonelle people at my house.
Okay.
And we don't accept anything less. We're Cottonelle people. Do you understand that?
That's the Bears, right?
Don't know.
Yeah, the
because
Bears.
that's gay, knowing that.
Yeah, no.
No, that's Charmin.
Charmin's the Bears?
Charmin's the Bears.
Charmin's the Bears.
Cottonelle, I believe, is the quilted one.
Okay, see,
And buddy, let me tell you, I think Charmin's quilted as well, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Cottonelle's just a good.
all of those like bougie toilet papers, I'm not about.
Same.
I like the cheapest, thinnest, so I can grab a lot. I don't feel bad about it. It doesn't break.
That's the thing is when you have the good toilet paper, you
don't
only need
have-
like
yeah.
4 squares of that stuff, dude. You don't have to wrap your hand like the mummy before you go back there.
Yeah, but I still think that bougie stuff is still using the same amount of paper.
Oh, I don't. I think it's just
because it's thick.
Yeah, but they fluff it.
Yeah, they got this ply.
It's dual ply, and they fluff it.
Yeah, I like the cheaper stuff all day.
Yeah, you're just conditioned to that cheapness. It's way better though. I mean, when you pick up a roll of toilet paper that weighs like 4 pounds, you know you're getting your dollar's worth.
And I always judge toilet paper rolls so poorly every time. You walk in, and then it's got like a fresh roll. You're like, I'm good for a year. You know,
A
you use
year?
it. Yeah, well, you just exaggeration for comedic effect, but but you just look at a fresh roll and you're like, don't have to change that for a while. And then like the last 10% of a toilet paper roll,
you're always wondering.
It looks like it's 40-50%. You're like, oh, I got another 2 days.
Yeah, I never ever. If I go into the roll and there's only an eighth of an inch of paper on that roll, I always get another roll because the last thing you want is to run out where you got to do the waddle.
I've done the waddle.
Nobody wants the waddle.
Where do you keep the backup?
It's
The
a
backup
good
roll.
distance away from me,
See,
man.
You got to keep one. I keep one stash hidden in the bathroom, and then there's more elsewhere. I have a whole supply shelf.
That's an odd stash.
That's how you got to do it.
Hide toilet paper.
Oh, yeah.
Then you only have to replace the backup, and you will never have to do the waddle.
Yep. In the cabinet behind me, just reach up
There
and
you
grab
go.
a new roll. Don't even have to stand up.
I did the waddle last week, and my dogs gave me a look of disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
It was bad.
It's bad.
I don't need that look.
In that position, you don't know what the rules are.
You
Do
don't.
the pants go all the way up?
Well,
No,
because you don't want to do that before you've cleaned
What are you, an
yourself.
animal?
Well, okay.
Yeah, Ross,
you
come on,
leave-
man.
You abandon the pants at the toilet. They're sitting there in front, so you can just slide your feet right back in when you're back.
All right.
But when you waddle, you gotta be Porky Picking it, buddy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
usually I only cover the front, but my ass is out.
Yeah, that's a weird look. And what I'm picturing right now is kind
And
of weird.
It looks like
he does have roommates.
It looks like I just jumped off of a horse. Because
you get the spread going.
Yeah, my legs
Yeah.
have some surface area in between it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm dead serious. We're talking like 20 plus feet to get to my toilet
Yeah,
paper.
there's no way that my wife would deal with any other toilet paper than what we have right now. No way possible.
See, I like that government grade.
I'm kind of spoiled now. Even going here, if I have to go in there, and this is like medium grade, and it's still like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
I tell you, I don't like leaving home. Here, might as well go out in the forest.
You should install a bidet in one of these, or order one for Frank and make him put it in. Oh my God. Because Frank is about the least bidet guy of all time. He's from Pittsburgh, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, he loves AC/DC.
Right, yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Load them up for last call. We'll do that and get out of here on a Tuesday.
Real radio is the news junkie.
In this world that we live in, it is so much easier to be beautiful. If you are somebody perceived as sexy, hot, attractive, life is 10 times easier.
I don't even know what hardship is like.
Get out of here.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast, and it's one featuring some changes as we head into the weekend. First off tonight, we'll see a low of 69 degrees, very warm. Tomorrow the high 90, 91 on Thursday, and close to 90 on Friday. This weekend a cold front moves in. We'll see temperatures dropping closer to 80 degrees with a good chance for some rain and even a thunderstorm. The action starts Saturday and continues into early next week. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World Jobs.
We're hiring. Come be a part of the magic at Walt Disney World Resort. Discover full-time and part-time roles, including creative costuming, culinary, lifeguard, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs. That's WaltDisneyWorld.jobs.
Man, let's get you a new bathroom courtesy of Rebath Mid-FLA. These guys are awesome people. These guys are Dave Denbauer, the owner, and his son Josh. Wonderful human beings. Been giving Orlando some unbelievable bathrooms for a long, long time now. And if you want to know what they do, really the easiest thing to do is go to rebathmidfla.com. They have some before and afters there to show you what they've done in real time, some actual clients with some actual bathroom photographs, and you can see that they can reassociate your entire bathroom. I mean, the toilet, the tubs, all of that can be rearranged to give you the bathroom of your dreams. They do this every single day. Let them help you out. Drop by their showroom. See what they offer, man. It's easy to find. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. You'll walk in and see some models set up. Those models there are just to show you what the products they have look like. And yes, they can do all those trendy bathrooms you see in the magazines or on television. They can do that stuff. They have those products. Natural stone, travertine, and marble. And they do everything because once you hire these guys, you're done. Tubs, toilets, tile, the lighting, the cabinetry, it's all there. And their team will really give you some great ideas so that you have that bathroom you really enjoy. It'll make your house better. It'll make you feel better. You can finally have those events back at your place. Just book your appointments now and see what they can do for you. It's easy. RebathMidFLA.com.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Internal Revenue Service. When you owe a personal or business tax debt and can't pay, just hearing those 3 words brings feelings of fear and anxiety, and it's only a matter of time before tax liens, wage garnishments, or bank levies happen to you. We are J. David Tax Law, a local firm right here in Florida. Your first step to resolution is our no-cost consultation. We take the time to go through your specific tax problem step by step. We explain exactly what your options are and how we will resolve your tax issue. At J. David Tax Law, only highly experienced tax attorneys will represent you, and our fee payment plans are affordable for everyone. If you have tax problems, call us now for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or find us on the web at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Speeding in work zones is not a vibe. But seriously, work zone speed limits are there for everyone's safety, including yours. Respect the cone zone by slowing down, putting away your phone, and giving workers a break. Because you know that driving safely is self-care. And we love that for you and our roadway workers. We all deserve to make it home at the end of the day. Let's get everyone home safely, Florida. Brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
There's a place where spring break is even spring breakier. Dave & Buster's. Where there aren't just nachos, there's lasers too.
Dave & Buster's.
And not just jet skis, but jet ski racing games, space games, action games, and even virtual reality.
Dave & Buster's.
And in this reality, it's the spring breakiest. Let your spring break loose at Dave & Buster's.
Our mission at Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is to fight to get you more. So far, we've recovered more than $15 billion in compensation for our clients. Injured? You deserve more. More lawyers, more offices, and more support staff nationwide than any other injury law firm. Contact Morgan & Morgan today. Just dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Did you know your completely free iHeartRadio app is also your home for hit podcasts? New for you this week, check out On Purpose with Jay Shetty, discussing philosophy, life, and conversations with the biggest stars in the world. Listen today on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio! Sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call #250 keyword free heart scan.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Murray Head,
knew you were going to do it.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. We appreciate you listening every day. The 6 o'clock keyword is...
money.
Money, M-O-N-E-Y. Go to realradio.fm. You got about 10 minutes left to be able to get that cash today. Hopefully we'll get a winner, sneak one in here at the end of the day. I did want to do this real quick and send out a big congratulations. I don't know if you guys have paid attention to any social media this weekend, but if you are a Real Radio fan, if you follow any of us on Real Radio, you'll see the massive amount of publicity that Savannah got this past weekend and week for this story that said, I'm actually looking at the Click Orlando version of it right now. Savannah Bone wanted to be a Disney princess, but became a gator expert instead. I've known her since she came to Orlando from Charles, South Carolina. I was here the day that she came in and was part of the Monsters. I remember it like it was yesterday. She was strikingly beautiful, 6 foot tall, siren mouth, blonde. And she's a very interesting character for sure. But let me tell you, nobody has worked harder at reinventing themselves from, what she did with the Monsters for so many years to become what she is now, which is a very well-respected ambassador for these reptiles that find a hard time finding love, to be honest with you.
That's one of the biggest reasons why I respect Savannah so much, is because she really is an advocate for animals that, like you said, Jimmy, they're not cute and cuddly. They still have their spot,
Yeah. And she points out the good parts of them and understands that people are afraid of them. And, of course, in the state of Florida, it seems like every year we have 4, 5, 8, or 10, alligator-related incidents, some of them turning poorly. Just here with this one weekend with the alligator having the baby boy that the father threw into the lake or whatever. But she got a lot of publicity this past week, and congratulations. She is a grinder. She's a hard worker. She does, she's just a hard worker, man. So it's just good to see her do well. So, congratulations, man. All right, 407-916-1041. Deb was just reading me a story about something we may wind up talking about tomorrow, because I believe Scott Maxwell's call maybe a little bit about it. Governor DeSantis has passed is it passed already?
Well, it hasn't passed, but it's pretty close to it. And of course, it's the headline of the Sentinel right now: surprise Florida election bill could suppress student minority vote. Remember how after the wins of this last session of voting, there are so many young people. Mm-hmm. This is Florida's answer to figuring out how to keep so many young people from.
Yeah, so I'm going to read this, because here's what the problem with that is this, right? So the problem with your woke culture war and what we're having now is now you're costing Florida students.
Yeah.
Because now students don't want to come to this state and deal with such an oppressive situation where the learning is so coutoured that it rules out some history lessons that we know are true. Just going back to the book that we were talking about last week,
right?
That we found out was just reapproved to go back into the school system, which is the story of the little 6-year-old girl, Ruby D is her name?
Ruby Bridges.
Ruby Bridges, that's right. Going into the public school escorted by federal agents, which is a very famous painting. And the book accompanying that and telling that story is a true story about racism and segregation in America and the breaking of that. And it's worth telling in this country.
And Scott Maxwell's articles definitely, especially if you have college-age kids, looking at secondary university. A new survey by the education data research site Intelligent.com found that 91% of prospective college students dislike the governor's attempt to axe diversity and inclusion efforts and scrub history classes of lessons that make white people uncomfortable. And what's more, 1 out of every 8 graduating high schoolers said they found the governor's political plans so off-putting they won't pursue higher education at one of Florida's public schools.
And this is what happens when you do this and you start applying your seriously religious overtones toward everybody's life that doesn't necessarily believe in your religion or adhere to your commandments or anything like that, but yet their tax dollars are just as spendable as anybody else's.
Yep.
You get real sketchy with stuff like that in this state. I am a voter Republican. I've said that 100 times, but this guy's starting to lose my vote of confidence because of these things, because I believe it short-sides your actual ability to do things that people in the state really want done. Again, we will just solely stick on just get us affordable home insurance rates. Let's start there. You're doing a great job with trying to do something for the waterways. That's great. But, man, this culture war stuff is just so insipid. It's such a it's such a suck on what you could be doing, and the problem is why you're doing it. You're just pandering to that group, and it's such a bad look to me. Again, it just doesn't seem very adult. It doesn't seem very big pants to me. So that's a problem I have. So Animal House coming up tomorrow. Who's in for Animal House?
We have the Central Florida Zoo coming in. We've got Nathan, Crystal, and Bessie.
Oh, nice. I won't ask what Bessie is. Don't tell me. I want to be surprised.
Good. And
then we'll have Scott Maxwell calling in from the Orlando Sentinel tomorrow as well. Who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Elixir today for our delicious lunch. Don't forget, Saturday night, go see the fight at Elixir.
Yeah.
Chicken Caesar salad wrap, so good. You can see me talking to God in church this Sunday.
And by the way, people are texting, that's why he got reelected in a landslide. Look, I'm not saying he didn't get reelected in a landslide. I'm not saying any of that stuff. I'm just saying these new culture wars, like the ass he just got handed to him by Disney, doesn't do anything for his long-term plan, which is being president. Plays well in Florida. Why don't you ask somebody in California how it does? President means over all states. That's what I'm talking about. I don't need your bull-s arguments in my face about that. I know exactly what I'm saying. Jack?
The Twitter poll brought to you by MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com. Should the losing team in the championship match get an invite to the White House? Where do you think it falls?
Oh, it's got to be 85% say no. They should not be invited.
It's a bit low. 92% say no.
Good. That just rekindles my faith in people. God almighty. Stand up.
Yes, Valerie Theater this Saturday out in Inverness, Florida.
Very nice.
I just checked out how many tickets are left. There's not many. This show will also sell out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, get your
Aren't
tickets, buddy.
You, Mr. Popular.
I like this guy. I like this.
All right, dude. Just because you use a bidet?
Yeah.
You want to fight fire with fire?
No,
Easy, Angel Reese. We can see you.
I'm saying you're popular. You sold out your last show. You're about to sell out this one.
Oh, why are you giving me the cadence of of an insult, but it's a compliment?
Yeah, it's weird, right?
It's Jack.
Yeah.
Get that out of there. That was great.
Wait, what?
It was dumped.
Joe, last call.
Hey, how you doing? Jim, I don't listen to your show, but Slim Jims are like Burger King. We experience it once a year to remind us why it's not good.
Okay, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. We don't agree with that, Burger King. Matt, last call.
Hey, just over here in Brevard, wanting to share the stoke on Jack's new car experience and treatment over here. So, Ross, when the time comes, you have a starting point, and you can get all the info from Mr. Bradshaw.
Oh, there you go. Melbourne Toyotas.
Let's go, buddy.
All right.
Let's ride.
It's Toyota country.
It's kind of a scary look there.
Mike, last call.
Mike not invited to the White House. Buzzer Larson here. The cops showed up to my door, said there's been complaints that my dog has been chasing a person on a bike. You know what I told them, Jim?
What?
I said, my dog doesn't even ride a bike. You got the wrong house. God, dog, give me the buzzer.
Party Mom, take us home. Last call.
So, hey, Jimmy, did you hear about the rumor about peanut butter?
I did not.
Well, if you haven't heard about it, I'm not going to spread it around.
Hey!
Say it.
Sure he did.
Oh, I didn't hear her say smoke weed every day. There you go.
Hey!
I cut you off so many times, I feel like I owe you like 10 of those. All right, you heard her. We have Animal House tomorrow. Central Florida Zoo is in. We have Scott Maxwell in tomorrow. And tomorrow...
Oh, a big day tomorrow.
...is the first day of the first clues for the Search Your Ace Off Big Green Egg Hunt brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Yeah, and the bets of how quickly it'll be found.
That's right. We'll give you those clues starting tomorrow. Plus, we'll have more keywords for you to win some money. That all starts tomorrow at 3 o'clock. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters of the Morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful Tuesday evening.
Bye.